Am I streaming or not? All right. I guess I had some technical difficulties. My computer just froze. Let's see. All right. I don't think I missed anything, huh?
All right. Are there any more general announcements?
Mayor, may I be recognized?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the agenda also was promotion for the police lieutenant, and the police and fire commission meeting was on Friday, but if we don't swear him in, he's over the time that he has been
Yeah,
acting as that. So,
well, they spoke and they a different day. So I just confirmed with
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, yeah. I just
May I speak?
sure go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Trustee, he'll be on the next meeting, not this one.
All right. Next on the agenda is village clerk's report.
Good evening, everyone. My minutes will be on the board's special board meeting at another date, but tonight I would like to just talk about how our ordinance state that the department heads should submit a written copy of the report that they will present at the next board meeting. I should get a hard copy of that. I shouldn't translate their reports, and I'm just asking that we go back to how our ordinances are written and that each department head submit a copy of their report that they're going to report out on to my office so that it can be included with the minutes. And that's basically it for me. Thank you very much.
All right. Just to add clarity to what she just stated about them having a report, if they have anything to give her office, they sure can do that. But as it relates to them saying things up here, because sometimes people will just talk about whatever else came to mind for their department. So her job as a clerk is to still add it in the minutes so that when people do for you the minutes, you have accurate minutes of what someone stated. Prime example, once the mayor department talks about something here in a meeting, my minutes, my statements are never in the minutes. I've said this several times, and it's always said, refer to the mayor's department. And I gave a whole report, but nothing gets typed. So I just want to point that out, and that's for the record. And I've also asked the clerk for all of the records from our village, which I still don't have to this day. I don't have any ordinances or anything. I've requested to view all records, which that's within my power to do, and I'm not able to get any records from the clerk as of today. So I don't have any record as it relates to an ordinance, a resolution, or anything so that I can review them and look at them and see what's needed moving forward. So that's for the record.
On to your comment.
It's not a back
So
and
for
forth.
well, it
It's
won't
not
be
a-
a back and
Hold on,
forth, but
it's
I
not
just
clerk.
need to,
Hold on, you don't have
for
the floor.
clarification.
You just said you want to follow rules. I didn't give you the floor. So my statement was my statement. I allow you to make your statement, and we're
So,
gonna move on.
You're not the only body here. I
Okay,
think you
clerk,
should
but you
respect
said
us and allow each
it's
of
not a
us
back and
to
forth.
speak.
It's not a back and
Um,
forth. We're moving
If
on.
we have one
Next on the
department,
agenda-
thank you,
next
Stacey
on the
Carrell,
agenda
who
is
faithfully
engineer's
submit a report because he
Ron-
understands what the
Ron
law
Smith,
is.
you have the floor.
He understands what the law is.
Ron, you
And
have
I
the
am
floor.
the keeper of the records in case you guys don't know.
You have the
So the
floor.
records stay with me.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm done. Thank you.
And that was for Ron, but okay.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, and residents for the village of Dolton. This evening, I will give an update on the infrastructure projects that we are embarking on in the village. We will be doing a pavement rehabilitation project on 154th Street from Dorchester to MLK. That project will commence at the end of August. The second project, there's two projects in a phase one study. This will be done by the Illinois Department of Transportation. That's 142nd Street from Lincoln until the Bishop Ford Highway. The other project is Cottage Grove from Sibley Boulevard to 154th Street. Both of those projects, again, are in a phase one study phase with the Illinois Department of Transportation. Those projects will be bid out and funded by the Illinois Department of Transportation. We are currently working on a water service inventory project. We'll be going throughout the village, contacting residents, and we need to analyze the material of their existing service lines to see what type of material the service line is, whether it's lead, galvanized steel, or if it's already copper. The final project is a project with MWRD. They will be addressing flooding issues throughout the village of Dolton. The first project is a sewer rehabilitation project that is from 146th Street to Sibley Boulevard from Atlantic going to Edbrook. The project is scheduled to be bidded out within the next 30 to 60 days. Then will be bidded out by MWRD. It will be constructed by MWRD and also paid for 100% by MWRD. That concludes my report for this evening, and I will entertain any questions that the mayor or board may have.
Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
Next is corporate bills. First is electric warrant list. Is there a motion to approve the bills list?
Would you like me to read them in the record, Mayor?
Yeah, it don't matter. It could be you, whoever want to read it.
She did the politics one?
Okay.
Read it.
Yeah, so because we have received a few different ones, so I'll read the ones after conferring with some of the board that I believe everybody is comfortable with. The June 30th, 2024 corporate payments list. We have corporate payments on the electronic warrant list, $357,675.40. Water fund register payments, $349,365.11. Sewer fund payments, $1,395.02. Total payments on this list, $708,435.53. I motion that we approve the bills on this list.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second, any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Holmes is absent, and trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is there a motion to approve the AP warrant list? Is there a motion?
If I may, if I can read this one into record as well. Corporate payments, August 5th, 2024 warrant list. Corporate payments of $1,237,156.44. Gross payroll for July 12th, $430,104.70. Gross payroll 7/26, $467,175.57. Melanie Fitness Center register payments $1,244.32. Total corporate payments $2,135,681.03. My motion is to approve the bills as stated.
All right. Any discussion? Is
Well, I
there a
had
second?
discussion. I don't know if we had a second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and a second?
I have one point of discussion, if I may.
Go ahead.
I want to, these lists, I want to give an acknowledgement to trustee Stan Brown, who reached out to the administration and asked that items that had previously been taken off of old lists not be included or be put on separate lists. So the board actually had 5 different lists of bills. There were 2 lists that the board, to my knowledge, is comfortable with, and 3 lists that will remain for further discussion. So I want to give an acknowledgement and just a little bit of clarity, because I know during this time, I generally have a list that we can hopefully make this a smoother meeting. So thank you, trustee Stan.
Okay, and with that being said, is this the list that has Otison's bills in it?
You saying the list just read?
Yeah. Because you guys switch lists and which one you want to approve or don't approve. Otison,
The Oldison is not on this list, no.
he's not on this AP warrant list.
I'm looking right now just to make sure. I do not see him on this list, but of course, I would like him to be paid.
Which list, or who sent that list to you guys?
He is on this list.
Is he on this one?
Yes. He is
Oh,
on this
yep.
list
Yes, he
as,
is on. Yes, he is on
as
this
well
list.
as Delgado.
Yeah, 108,000.
Delgado is the village attorney. I tell y'all that all the time.
Oh, yep.
And Otterson is legislative counsel.
Yep.
So-
Otterson and Delgado are both on this list.
Okay, so you guys know that I'm totally against paying you guys attorney. You guys have bills on the list as it relates to political issues, and you guys know you can't use government funds for political bills. I've stated this, and you guys constantly put it up here for a vote. Again, that is illegal. I keep saying this, and I'm putting it out there for the record, and I will advise you guys not to move forward with it. So, that's it for me. All right.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Whoa.
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right.
Stan Brown.
So
Okay.
next on the, y'all yes, and they don't know what you yes for. Remember, they say we ain't got no money, but they found money for a lawyer. Remember that. Next on the agenda is new business. Is there a motion to approve an ordinance ending the village credit card policy? Is there a motion?
Mayor, if I may, items A, B, and C, for the sake of time, I would like to bundle those in discussion. I'll expand a little bit more on each one, but if that, I would like to do a consent for passage of items A, B, and C.
So you want a motion to bundle?
Yes, Mayor.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Then motion second to bundles A, B, and C. And just for the record, for those that don't know what it is, motion to approve an ordinance amending the village credit card policy. B, a motion to approve an ordinance declaring a village credit card spending freeze. And C, a motion to approve a settlement of Williams versus Dolton, an amount of $30,000. Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown, trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All right.
bundle
Now,
items A, B,
is there a
and C.
motion to approve items A, B, and C?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
Then motion second, any discussion?
Yes, if I may.
All right, go ahead.
A and B, we talked about just for a little bit more clarity on the credit card spending changes as well as freeze. Essentially, it would only allow for the Director of Administrative Services to use the credit card only on items that the board approves, and it puts a cap on any transaction of $5,000. There was consideration on completely cutting it off, but there are some bills that must be paid. Well, it's most convenient to be paid with a credit card. It causes gray tear, so we did not want to put the staff into a much more difficult place. So we wanted to put in some safeguards that can be reasonable for day-to-day activities while still acknowledging some of the challenges we feel are with the credit card spend. Thank you.
All right, call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All
approve
right,
A,
next
B,
on
and
the
C.
agenda
I'm
is
still
discussion and
talking.
consider,
I'm still talking, Mayor.
you said motion passed.
I was still talking
Okay, go
when you
ahead.
started talking. And I'm just saying, motion was approved to approve items A, B, and C. Thank you.
All right. Next, discussion and consideration to approve the sale of the village property located at 14900 Greenwood, Melanie Fitness Center. All right, it's discussion. Any discussion?
I make a motion.
A motion to,
Okay, so we're discussing it.
it's a
You're
discussion.
saying- Okay, so, I am the one that placed this on the agenda. And the reason that I placed this on the agenda after having a meeting with, Casperic's office, Lauren, who is one of the account holders of ours. Everyone know that we are, strapped for cash. And the Village of Dolton has the Melanie Fitness Center that is not being occupied. We see it used for events and parties and everything else. There was a Dolton Police sign placed on it, but we do not have the funds to make it a Dolton Police Department. So I am asking that we move forward to try to see if we can put this property on the market.
All right, any discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead.
I was just going to state that in the very beginning, maybe our first year here, I remember myself and Trustee Brown put on the agenda to sell it. And when we, Tammy Brown, for clarification, right? We asked that we move forward with an appraisal. So our goal for the last 3 years, as a community, we want to be able to put properties back on the tax roll and actually benefit, because the more people that pay taxes in our community, the better. So we've been asking, and the time has come so that we can try to occur some of these expenses that they have been putting on the village. So that's the goal, to try to offset spending. Thank you.
All right, anyone else?
Yes, I'd like to speak on that. At this time, I really hate to give up Melanie, because that's a nice area, nice facility for us to hold on to it. I'd like for us to have a little more discussion on what else could we possibly do with that. Is there some type of way we can save it instead of us going into the real estate business selling that? That's a nice piece of property. So if we can have some further discussion on that down the line.
So maybe we should propose that we'd have a CAL meeting, and then that way we could discuss it with the residents like we would normally supposed to do, so that we can involve the residents and have this discussion, because ultimately it is a discussion that we're all supposed to make. But as trustees, our goal is to look at finances and see how we can financially benefit. So at this moment, it's just costing us and costing us and costing us. Even that sign on it, that was about $50,000. We can't continue to spend money when we're here today trying to make a transfer just so we can pay the bills. It's unfair, it's a lack of prioritizing, and it makes no sense. Right now, we are bleeding. This village is bleeding. If these residents knew the truth, they'd hit the roof. So with that being said, I'm up for the discussion, but I'm ultimately thinking that we should bring it in front of the residents and see how we can make it more cost affordable for the entire community.
Okay, as long as you're open for that discussion, so we can sit down and talk.
I like it, Trustee
Okay,
Brown.
I just want to add on to that. Not only, it's also a liability. If no one is aware it's not actually a police station, people would actually go there thinking that it is a police station. So if I'm in a frenzy and someone is chasing me and I go there for the police station, well, guess what? It's not a police station. So that's also a great liability. In the meantime, as it's sitting there, maybe the sign should be covered as well. So you don't give people that false narrative that it's a police station, and it's not a police station. Again, the bag is empty, y'all. We've been saying that forever. It's dried out. You got to bring some type of revenue into this village. The bag is empty. So we got to try to bring some type of funding. If it could be sold, if it could be salvaged, what could we bring there? And again, I agree with Trustee Norwood. Have a meeting, see what the residents want to do. Again, this is our community. It's not my community, it's our community. So we need to get residents involved as well as this board. Thank you.
Okay, so as relates to Melody Fitness, I still believe it should be a police station. Our goal is to turn it into that. The board see fit that they would like to sell the property. I still think the people should have a say-so on that. I know when we did put the sign up, a lot of residents was happy that the police station was closer on Sibley, and then that they can get to calls a lot faster. So my goal is still to do that. And what people not telling you is it is in a TIF district. That's where that police station sits at. And then also when they purchased the sign, Chief Lacy, what account did it come out of? Because when they tell you stuff, they don't tell you where money come from, what account, or how they was able to afford a sign and turn it into a police station. It's different accounts. It did not come out of the general fund or nothing like that. But they have to educate you before they just send you off and tell you something to make it sound as though it's bad. And then before you start, Chief Lacy, another thing, we could have been using that area for the longest. I've tried several times to put it on the agenda to allow them to fix the pool so that now the community could utilize it, because it's been sitting there and we pay for it just to sit there. And we could have been giving swimming lessons to all the people in the community. But these are the things that I fight for, that I would like to see within Dolton, not just get up here and say, hey, today I just want to sell Melodies. Why? It's been sitting there for 3.5 years. So why now you just want to sell Melodies? Every time we come up with a plan, it's always somebody. Excuse me, guys, if you could, for 1 minute. You got to hear both sides. So please, for 1 second. So,
All right, calm down.
so
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying
Thank
to
you.
you guys is that we would like to see a police station there. We have 2 fire departments. 2 stations. So now we would like to do the same as relates to one is right here at Park and the other was off of Sibley. That's what we would like to do with the property. The board has to learn how to come and speak to that as relates to what we can do it together, because that was the plan all along. Now, if you could tell them how we paid for the sign.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The sign was paid for out of asset forfeiture. We have a state and a
Yes.
federal. It was recently brought to one of my commander's attention that said that our asset forfeiture was dried up. Our asset forfeiture is not dried up. We still utilize our asset forfeiture, and money is still being put into asset forfeiture. That being said, that's what that money was used for that. I also learned that there is in the TIF district to where, guess what, it can be paid for. It's strategically, that would be a perfect location for it because our police station we have right now, we're pouring a lot of money into it. We need a new location. We already did the blueprints from a licensed firm to where they went in, mapped everything out. It can be shown to you if you FOIA it or if the trustees want to see it. But to let that building go other than what it should be used for, then, I think it'll be a big mistake. I think the residents of Dolton deserve the south side, along with the west side and east side of Dolton, deserves that location as far as police officers. We would have had it up by now, but again, this is what we're going through as far as trying to get it done. That information that was given said that it wasn't able to become a police station. Yes, you have companies that do come out and transform buildings into police stations that have been used for something else.
Okay, thank you. And then as it relates to the
Mayor.
signage, what we did in the past is we put blockage up so people couldn't enter the lot, so people weren't confused about is the police station open, is it closed? And then also the light, we did cut it off. Someone did turn it back on. So those are things that we did do when people was thinking that it was an actual police station, just to clear up some of the noise. People just throw things
Mayor.
out and no one tells you, 1 second, and no one tells you what's going on in the community. So I like to try to give you facts versus fiction, because half the time people just give you fake stories and never give you truth to it, so that now you have something to go with it. So that's what we're here to do today. All right.
Mayor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, since I put it on the agenda, and I would love for the deputy chief, with all these analysis that y'all did, if it's been 3 years, why is it not a police station? How much will it cost to turn it over to a police station? Then you stated that you wanted it to be a community center for a pool. You sat here several times and said it'll be free pool for the community. It's not making no money. Y'all done spent all the money and we have to sell it, whether it's in a TIF district or not, just so it can go back on the tax roll is what we need. Right now, as Trustee Norwood said, and speaking to the accounting department, we are in a financial disaster. Right now, on the agenda that she has, we are transferring money from the TIF money just to make out for bills that need to be paid. So when we go back, what's facts, what's fiction, I ain't never known a person that always got all the facts and everybody else is wrong. But at the end of the day, we have to be realistic. Realistic is there's no more money. Anything we can sell, we need to sell it. If you want to get outside, we'll sell you too.
Oh, ooh,
But right now,
Trustee,
damn.
right now, you don't tell me what's out of order and what's not in order. We're not doing that today. You are out of order. So right
Fell
now,
out of order.
anything that we have asset on and that we can touch that's owned by the village needs to be sold.
All right. So
Mayor,
with that,
Yeah.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Trustee, I'm just gonna say this. You came over to the police department to find out facts.
No,
Well,
go ahead.
If I may, without going back and forth. I apologize if you think I am. However, you came to find out facts. Right after that, you put something out saying, and it was told to my commander that our asset forfeiture was dried up. Now, if you made the statement, then.
I did. I did, because I asked you how much
Can
was
I-
in
can
there,
I-
and I talked
can I
to the
finish?
accountant.
Hold
Can I
on.
go
Let
ahead?
them finish.
Yeah. Also, you probably talked to the account trustee, but the accountant didn't give you what was in that account. And the reason why is because that's money that nobody can touch, just the police department. for police incidents. What I'm saying is, trustee, I get it, I understand it about, everything that's going on, but right now, strategically, like I said, that would be a perfect location. If you guys are gonna talk about it, great. Talk about it instead of shutting it down right now. But we need another police station in another location in Dolton, so that way the citizens can be serviced. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you for your comment.
Okay, so yes, it could be a community center and a police department. So our plan for that building was to allow residents to utilize the pool for free and then have a police station on the other side. The plans that they drew up as it relates to the company that came out and showed us what it can possibly be was it divided a line between police station and the pool. That way community can still have it as a community center to allow kids to learn how to swim. That was the whole plan for it, still is the plan for the building, regardless of people saying something needs to be told. We have to learn how to come together and figure a way how to keep things like that in our community. I know that Mayor Shaw, built that for his daughter. So when he built that building, it was in a community forever. So when we try to get away different things, we should kind of take a step back and say, hey, we probably can make haste with this and make sure that it works for our kids, because our kids is everything. But yet we have to give them the opportunity to be able to learn how to swim, be able to learn how to do different things that they go to another community to do. Because just like other people, all our kids go in another community, give them our tax dollars, and then basically they are winning and we're not. But yet we sell everything to somebody else. Then we get upset with what somebody brings to our community and build. We have to start investing in self as relates to our village first. Self. We have to do that, guys. And all I'm trying to do is just show you guys a different way instead of just saying, hey, I just want to get rid of it. It's another way to do everything. But we have to put our heads together and come up with the best way for the community. All right, I'm done with it. Next.
Excuse me, since we are still in discussion, could you all get us the numbers? I know you all keep saying what the people told you all regarding the build out. No one discussed that with us, right? So if you could give us the information in regards to the amount, the cost for the pool and the entire total, because I keep saying pieces and pieces, a deposit for $50,000 for the pool, then it's $34,000 on there. Can you come up with a total number for the pool and then an entire number for the amount of reconstruction to transform the fitness center into a police station? Because when I was a member there just a few years ago, I can't picture how we would knock all of those lockers down on that side and we do all that. So if you could just give us an amount, I think that would help with our discussion and making a decision.
We don't have a problem with giving you an amount, but
Okay.
this is why sometimes people have to follow the leader, because sometimes the leader is the visionary. It is what it is.
Quiet,
It is what it is.
quiet.
The leader is the visionary.
Right.
Sometimes people can't see down the tunnel. So sometimes this is why people follow people. So I'm just throwing that out there because everybody got an opinion. You just said, I can't see
Thank you, Mayor.
how
Thank you
it
for the
will look.
information.
All right.
So all I
quiet.
do is just try to tell you what the vision would possibly be. And then as it relates to the pool, we put the pool on there every single board meeting, guys. If you go back and watch the tapes, on every single board meeting, it tells you the amount of the pool. And you
Crazy.
guys take it out and never pay to fix the pool. The pool would have been up and running by now. It's been hot as ever outside. And the kids would have loved to just cool off and have something to do. And then also learn how to swim. I don't know why I keep telling y'all that. You know, the number one thing that we don't know how to do is swim. So what we have to do is teach our kids how to swim. And I mean that.
All right.
So I just want
Officer.
people.
Officer.
Okay, guys, this
Officer.
is between us. Y'all have to calm down. You're here to listen to what
right.
we have to say. Oh, I know how to swim, know that. So that's why I keep pushing it, because my parents put me in swimming lessons. So I want our kids to have the same things that I had growing up in this community. Because for those that don't know, it was an in-ground swimming pool here in the village of Dolton. For those that don't know the history, learn the history and you'll understand why I keep fighting for certain things, which is a pool for the kids. But everybody don't got the same dreams as I have as relates to the vision for the village of Dolton. So moving on, because we got several other things to go on. Is that it? Did anybody want to make a motion, or it was just your discussion?
It was for discussion, but if we can make a motion to move this to the committee of the whole meeting and actually have a committee of the whole meeting so we can go into further discussion.
Okay. And did you want to bundle up second one with that, or what?
Yes, I can bundle up,
Okay.
E.
All right, so she
which
has a
is
motion, is that second?
D and E.
Second.
The motion is second. Colorado.
Yeah, D and E.
Yes. Are we bundling D and E before we
Yes.
take a motion?
D and E.
Okay. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved to bundle items D and E.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion and approval of sale of unapproved purchases.
Okay. So once again, after speaking with the accounting person and going over the financial status of, the village, in 2021, October of 2021, the board approved a fleet for cars through Enterprise. We learned of other vehicles, 3 Tahoes, and I believe a Ford Expedition through, First Governmental Leasing. I am suggesting for discussion because right now, looking at the warrant list and the leases, we spend roughly, it started in 2022, December 2022, all of 2023, and we're in the middle of 2024. We've spent almost 250 some odd $1,000 on these vehicles.
Wow.
If we keep the lease for the 5 years, which is 60 months, we would be spending $718,000. That's
out.
with the cost of and interest. We cannot afford that. So I'm asking that we look into the legal ramification of returning the vehicles because most of them were signed without proper authority anyway. So my discussion is to place this for committee of the whole to move forward and looking to see how we can return those 3 Chevy Tahoes and 1 Expedition.
That's outrageous.
We can definitely discuss it because I don't have any information as it relates to what you're stating. Because you throw a lot of things up here that don't be true.
It's simple
So, wait a
counting,
minute.
baby.
Hold
All you
on.
have to do
Hold
is
on.
multiply.
That's your problem. You like to talk when others talking. Let me get it out. I was quiet while you said everything you wanted to say. Now let me get mine out. You say things up here that's not true all the time, trustee, and that's not fair to the department heads, the residents, or myself. So I would like to get clarity of it, and this is why I told Trustee House that you guys should put a synopsis together and you guys should tell us what it is that you're looking for. So when we come to a meeting, everyone's prepared, everyone has documentation, and everyone can answer the questions for you. But you guys come to a meeting, you just throw something up here, and then you just think people should know the answer, and they don't even have whatever you're talking about in front of them. We talked about this at the last board meeting. So I'm asking the same thing once again, because other than that, it's just gonna be a back and forth. We put on a show for all the cameras in the back and nothing gets accomplished. So I'm asking you guys that if it's something you're looking for, because I don't have this and I don't even know what you're talking about to even respond to you to say, hey, this is the lease. This is what happened with the lease. I couldn't respond because I don't have that in my possession. So I'm fine with putting it on the next meeting to discuss it further once we get more clarity to what it is you're looking for.
Okay, thank you so much. I just would like to say for clarity, since you said that I give a lot of false information, it's simple math. I know how much $149,000 times 5, it's simple math. So that's fine. I'm fine. I just want to make sure that we do approve it to go to discussion because those are things that we need to move forward and return.
All right. And just for everybody, crystal clear, y'all know we have a ton of vehicles as it relates to police department, fire department. Y'all know that. So it amazes me how you come and y'all do clickbait and point out certain things and
clickbait.
say, hey, I want to return this, I want to return that. And there's several different things that didn't happen in this village. But that's why I said you have to get clarity before y'all put something on the agenda so that we not going back and forth just to kick the can down the road to say, hey, we're going to talk about this at another meeting. So what was the point of putting it on here?
For
We still got to
discussion.
talk about it later. We
Right.
still didn't discuss anything because there was nothing given. All I'm saying to you guys is I don't like to waste time. We come to a meeting and we waste time. Nothing get accomplished because it's just something on the agenda and you still didn't get your answer and we still just went back and forth for nothing. That is my point. Synopsis, please. Thank you. Moving forward. Okay. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion second? Colorado.
So that's gonna be a discussion.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion of current fines.
So I add this on agenda and I guess we'll make a motion so that we can add this to, transfer this to the committee of the whole also. The discussion is the fines. So we have an ordinance number 23-009 where on August the 7th, 2023, you propose that we raise some of the fines in the village. And one of them was the grass fee. So I remember this clear as yesterday. You told us that there were a lot of abandoned properties in the village and that the banks weren't doing the maintenance on it. And then trustee Stan Brown, he seconded that it was becoming a problem, so that we should do something like increase the fine so that we could make or so that the banks can have more of an incentive to make sure that the grass was cut. And I was totally for that in terms of the banks. But what we weren't told is that the $500 fee is for everyone. So I have landlords that's calling me stating that their tenants are being presented with $500 fines. So for a lack of grass cutting. And that wasn't what I personally agreed to. I thought that the plan was to ticket to go up in fees for the banks only. So now that we have tenants or landlords calling, I'd like to take this to the committee of the whole so that we can have discussion, so that we can make some changes and discuss it with the residents in regards to who these fines, let's specify the difference between the banks and the landlords and the homeowners in regards to the fines.
Okay, well, I pray that we're not doing that. I pray that it's definitely going to the bank. So we will look into that, and this goes back to what I was just saying. We put stuff on the agenda. We can't give you answers currently because no one knows what you're looking for. You just put village fines. That could be anything from a ticket to garage address missing, but no one was specific in what it is that they're looking for. So we just need you guys to let the department heads know what you're looking for. So when we come to a meeting, we're better equipped and we ain't got to kick the can down the road again to have another meeting that we should have got resolved today if people would have told us what they're looking for. So I'm definitely fine with going over this and clearing it up. But also you guys have to take responsibility for not paying vendors their money for the high grass. The high grass is scattered through our community. Y'all know we have over 400 vacancies, and y'all know that Public Works cannot cut all the vacant properties. And you guys have to work better at coming up with a plan, because right now we don't have it as it relates to from you. You guys come here, you dictate and tell us what you guys want us to do, but there's no plan in place from the board that wants to tell us how to run the day-to-day, which I keep telling y'all legislate, y'all do not govern the day-to-day operation. But I just wish you guys would pay people their money so that they can come out and cut the high grass.
Thank you, Mayor, for that. So it's just, and this is just for the record at this point, this is for the residents. I find it interesting that she continues to act as if she does not know what we're referring to. And we talked about the leases. I wasn't going to say anything, but you signed them. So if you signed the leases, how are you unaware of the leases in which we are referring to? It's the smoke and the mirrors. I sit here and I said, you know what, Lord, I was going to let it go. But you were the one who brought it to us to increase the fines. So if we had a cow meeting, and this is for the residents, right? Because she keeps saying, oh, the trustees this, the trustees that. Let's, just so you all know, there's a thing called checks and balances. That's why we're all up here, right? So we really shouldn't even have to go back and forth with who knows what. The goal is for you to run it past the board, which is us here, to tell us what you're doing, and then us approve it. What you've been doing is you do everything on your own, and then when we revert it back and say, hey, no, you weren't supposed to do that, you sit here and say, oh, I don't know what you all are referring to. I mean, I have to get back to you on that. Let's stop doing that. Let's have the meeting. Again, I would like to set it forth so that we can have cow meetings. Let's go back to having 2 meetings per month like we're supposed to in our ordinance, and that'll prevent a lot of this you acting as if you don't know. Because if we all have this conversation with the residents, they'll know, we'll know, and you'll know. This is a team effort. It's Team Dolton, not a one-man band. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so what I truly believe, trustee,
I know.
is that you in particular,
We know.
want to decrease the fines because you got tickets on your house for the high grass. Your bushes weren't cut, your grass wasn't serviced, right? So you remind me of trustee Valerie Stubbs that put in an ordinance, because she didn't want to pay fines on her rental properties. It's the same thing. You guys only pick and choose things that's beneficial to you guys that affect you. But you were talking about this a month ago. You were talking, please, you're gonna be removed. You're gonna be removed. You cannot.
This
you
is
cannot
this
just
is
come over.
crazy.
You will be removed. And again, Valerie Stubbs, ex-trustee right there, her. She do things for self. So back to what I'm saying. You have to do better. You have to do better than what you're doing. Okay, you out of order. You need to remove her. Remove her. Remove her. Y'all cannot be that out of order. Like, come on now. Come on. Come on. Even if you don't like somebody, you can't be that out of order. You have to remove her. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave.
Let me show you guys what's going on.
Please leave. Please leave. Because you just too out of order. Please leave.
If I can find it. Where is that?
You out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order.
No, that's not it. Where is
You
it?
out of order.
Who they
Okay,
kicked- I'm trying to
goodbye.
figure out who they kicked out.
Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit.
Oh, they're trying to get rid of Stubbs?
Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit.
Can we continue the meeting? Why is this even an issue?
Come on. Come on. I don't know why y'all do this here in Dolton. Any other village meeting, they remove people out. They go. You cannot be that disrespectful. You cannot. We will not take disrespect. Come on. Come on.
Okay, if she does not exit, then the meeting
Okay,
will
guys.
If you do not exit, then the meeting will be
You got nothing to do with you.
The meeting ain't about to be over, so
Mary,
you cannot shut down the meeting.
ma'am.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So they're trying to kick out
Trustee.
former trustee Valerie Stubbs.
You
Stop.
shouldn't have did that.
Stop.
You shouldn't have did that.
Yeah,
You
please
shouldn't have
stop.
did that. We can continue with the meeting.
All right,
Yeah,
Valerie
yeah.
Stubbs, you can go.
We can continue with the
No, because y'all disrespect and y'all think it's okay to continue. Did I call anybody? What she just called? What she just say? What she just say?
You called
That was
her.
out of order. That was out of order.
You called her
So,
name. That was out of
I didn't
order.
call her out her name. I did not.
You shouldn't have called her name at all.
Miss Stubbs.
You should have
Okay,
said her
it's
name.
time to go. It's time to
Keep going on with the meeting.
It's time to exit.
The meeting will be shut
The
down.
meeting is not
We
going to
can
be shut down.
then people will be able to come back in. If you
All
do
she
not
have to do is
leave, if
exit.
she does
The
not
fact that
leave,
they keep
the
wanting
meeting
to shut
will
down
not
these
continue.
meetings.
All she got to do is exit.
Because he on the chopping block, you know.
Hey.
He does not have the authority to shut down the meeting. Why? That wasn't even called. That's what they want. They want to shut down.
Okay, goodbye. You can exit. You can exit.
Is this live?
Y'all some kids. What's that? Set call, man. This is crazy.
Yep.
They're trying to get her out, but I don't see that happening. The easiest thing is to everyone to chill out so they can continue on with this meeting. Don't need to kick her out. You did call her out, said something about money she owed. I don't know if that was appropriate. Let me see. Yeah, still seeing. Okay, now she is leaving. Wow, that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. So she is literally getting kicked out of the meeting. All this is going to just make everything even more chaotic. Oh, I'm sorry.
Residents, can you guys please be quiet because we got real business to tend to in this meeting tonight. Please.
Okay, Chief Lacy,
Right, she gone. Can we move forward?
So the former trustee Valerie
gone.
was kicked out of the
Okay.
meeting.
Chief Lacy.
This is extremely just chaotic stuff.
What's next on the agenda?
Right, exactly.
Okay, Clerk.
We was talking about
Clerk.
the fine.
So we left off at
We on discussion still.
the fine. We at the,
We on discussion
Okay.
still.
No, this young lady has to get up.
Eric.
No, I'm still in discussion.
so we motion to call the roll already?
No, we still discussing on the
Yeah.
business, on the fine.
Yeah.
So
Right,
I
so
want
he
to speak
said,
on that,
so the
I'm not
clerk just
finished.
made clarity. She said that you,
I'm not
motioned to
finished with
second.
the, no.
I know,
I'm-
let
we
me
still in discussion.
just get it out what she just told. She said, you said nobody
Nobody
somebody
said
motion.
motion. What are we talking
no, we still discussing.
Okay, I know what I'm talking
All right,
about.
go ahead.
Okay.
I want to touch bases on that.
Hold on 1 second, Trustee Brown, before you finish. I was in the midst of referring to something. She and I were kind of having before
Yes,
we
ma'am.
interrupted.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, can we get this meeting because we behind.
Go ahead.
We lost out from the last meeting. We still.
Trustee,
on the
unfortunately,
item.
until this young lady gets up, the meeting can't.
Who?
Somebody.
I don't know.
All right, didn't the young lady just leave?
No, there's a second young lady that needs to leave.
Now they're trying to kick
Now
another
y'all going
person
out of
out.
control. This.
Okay, so while they're doing that, you want to finish?
Let's continue with the meeting.
You want to what? What they?
Ladies and gentlemen, could we please come to a happy medium so we can we have about 10 more items.
Right, tell them to come back here.
Please.
Yeah, please tell them to leave.
Right,
The fact that these two keep inciting stuff is
Exactly.
crazy.
that's exactly what they
They're
do.
doing inciting stuff.
Jason,
Crazy.
sit down. We need to continue on. Mayor, can you please order them to,
No, if y'all want to go over y'all stuff, y'all can. We could keep going. Why they
let's
have
keep
to go
going.
through-
Okay, well, let's keep
So,
going.
go
It's just
ahead.
a matter of they
No,
kind of
what you
loud.
got?
But we can keep going. They're loud.
No, but what you got?
Okay, because it's kind of
Okay, if you don't got enough, we're gonna move
No,
on.
we not. We gonna wait until it's
Y'all,
quiet, because you could call the
It's
chief back or
not,
something
it's
and see what's
not.
going
So
on.
do you want to sit here or you want to move on?
We're gonna wait until,
It's
so
not. They
when I
gonna be
have
there
everyone's
second. So
attention,
we're gonna sit here until they.
well, we
done.
just gonna sit here because
But you can go ahead and
Trustee,
have
all it
quiet.
takes, trustee, all it
Stop.
takes is such a young lady to get up and leave. That's all it takes,
Okay,
and then we
so
can
here we go.
continue.
Sit here.
Trying to see who
What-
are they
what was
trying
the-
to.
I don't know.
But is she quiet now?
Yeah, she is. And the mayor needs to tell him to bring his ass back here so we can
It's all
continue.
come from her saying this lady name. Could have just not said her name.
And look, Hanier's laughing. This,
This is
this ain't funny.
ridiculous.
It is.
None of this is funny. Where is the leadership in all of
We
this?
definitely not stopping this meeting.
Now they're trying to get another person out of the meeting. They can't get them to leave. Why don't they just, if she's quiet, might as well continue this. It's too much important things happening right now.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, really good comment, Elaine. How can a mayor
Okay, it
call out
seems as though the
someone by
young lady
name?
has calmed down and everything seemed to be in check. Yes. So-
Okay, right.
So please, can we resume?
That's what I was thinking. Why all the police? Come on.
He's not showing it. Let me see. Yeah, I need to see exactly who are they trying to kick out.
Trustee
Right,
Norwood,
right. Yeah,
can we
just-
skip to M?
Hold on 1 second. So let me finish real quick. Trustee Belcher, we might as well sit until we have everybody's attention because, okay, she's gone, okay?
They ain't getting paid. Don't worry about it, Dan. They ain't getting paid.
Okay,
Okay, so the
all right,
person
thank
left.
you.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
All right, go ahead.
so as I was saying, we were talking about the fees and the fines, and I know that you were making a comment, and I just think that it's funny how you find the need to deflect. Because if my grass was as tall as the Sears Tower, it still wouldn't compensate for the amount of money that you're wasting on taxpayers' dollars. So it still would not add up to the millions of dollars that you spending on first-class flights, the millions of dollars that you spending on parties, the $1 million you spending on renting cars that you don't remember renting. So with that being said, let's move this to the committee of the whole, and hopefully we can talk about this with the residents so that we could discuss fines so that this administration won't keep increasing your fines because she just won't stop spending and she won't prioritize the spending. So she'll just continue to spend the money and then increase the fines to make you guys pay for it. So in order to stop that, we'll have a discussion as a family with the residents. And thank you guys.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna move forward,
Are you
but
guys
just
voting on this?
they want to send it to committee. So
Oh,
they
it's
wanna
just going
check.
to committee of the whole. Thank you.
So we're gonna move forward, and for the record, people that say things about me, I want you to prove it because, like I said, fact versus fiction. Y'all say parties, and I do nothing but unity and gatherings here in the community. When they do it, they say it ain't a party. They do the same thing I do, right? But when I do it, y'all claim it's a party. I'll say first class flights. Please show me here in the village of Dolton where I did a first class flight. I want you to show me that receipt, please, and thank you. So, for the record, I
You
just
will
want
say you
people to
don't
say
remember
they
that
mix
either.
up the two body of governments that I'm over. They mix them up. We talking about
You mix them up too.
Hold on, we're not talking to you. When it comes to the village of Dolton, please show me the stuff that y'all put up at the meeting for clickbait and got no truth to what you're saying, no facts to what you're saying, but y'all say it and throw it in the air. That's not right. And that's why I tell you, residents, stay woke. Because they will sit here and sing you off and just say anything, as most of the trustees do. They just talk with no facts. All right, moving on. Call the roll.
Okay, that's a discussion on the fine, right?
Right, she just said she want to move it to committee of the whole.
Okay.
So call the roll to move it to committee of the whole.
Voting to move that to, did you motion it? Anyone, no one motioned for a
did.
second?
Yeah, she did. It was motion. and
Did you
second.
motion?
I'll
Did you move second? You did? Thank you. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next is discussion of animal control program and use of animal control vehicle.
Yeah, so I added this to the agenda because this is another item that I would like to go to the committee of the whole. A senior called me a few weeks ago asking, stating that she had a pit bull in her backyard. And I did call you, you didn't answer, but I was calling to see if we had animal control. I know that one board meeting, you presented it to us and we voted to pay about $50,000 for an animal control car. And once upon a time, I used to see people driving the animal control car, and we used to have animal control at one point, and then it vanished. But nothing was ever told to the board regarding what's exactly going on with the vehicle and the services. So I would like to have this discussion with the community so that we can get some answers and figure out if we have animal control, and if not, what we have to do to start it back up.
So you know we do have animal control. You know that if you call, we will come and we will remove the animal. Prime example, you had an animal on your block that was loose. It was a pit. You went on Facebook or some social media to my, hey guys, it's a pit loose. Watch yourself instead of calling the village of Dolton. The resident then called us, the village of Dolton, like they should have, like you should have. And we showed up and showed out and removed the pit bull. And guess what we found? A abandoned house that had what? A prostitution ring, 3 vacant cars. I forget what the cars were. Hellcats. What was that?
Stolen.
Stolen.
The
what?
high performance cars are
3
stolen.
of them, 3 of them at the next door to where trustee Norwood lives. So all these things do happen, but when you guys call us, we do show up and we do our job. But people get up here, like I said, everything's clickbait, everything's about campaigning. We do show up and we remove the animals. Just the other day, we had 2 big dogs loose off of MLK, was it? And they showed up and took care of that as well and cited the owner because it was 2, what you call it?
Those bullmasters.
2 of them, big. So we handle it all the time. Just because y'all don't see it, because y'all never around, don't mean that we're not taking care of the business of the community. We always boots on the ground all the time. So we wouldn't have all these things to announce to the public if we wasn't out here doing our job. Like y'all saying that we don't do anything with the truck or we don't pick up the animals. We do all the time. So I just want to clear that up for all those little lies that's just out there about the animal control vehicle.
Madam Mayor, may I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trustee Norwood, the reason the truck is still out there. However, what we're doing right now, what I'm doing right now is working with Cook County to train our people on handling those dogs. We do have some that are trained on it, but not as many as we need. So that's what's going on right now. They're being trained by Cook County.
Okay,
Can I ask a question?
yeah, sure.
Okay, so I got 2 questions. First off, when was the last time the vehicle was used?
The vehicle was used probably about maybe a week ago. I know-
Okay. Somebody in the audience call the police department and see if they got animal control.
Girl, why don't you tell them to call the police department?
Because let me explain why I said that, Mayor, because I'm talking and I got the floor right now. Last week, there was some animals out. They called the police department and the police department said, we don't have animal control anymore.
That's what
So I don't understand why these people lie so much when it is 21,000 people in Dolton and mysteriously a week ago it was used, but the other day he wanted to transfer it to a transport car, whatever it is. And I just don't understand it. If it's not a working and functioning department, say it's not a working, functioning department. But why y'all lying? Y'all sitting here lying to these people.
See?
It makes no sense.
Okay, see
It
if
makes
I
no
can,
sense that she sits here and lie like that. I just can't stand
Trustee,
it.
if
I
I
can let her
can,
talk now. But she lies so much. But she want to say somebody else lying. But we
Girl, you
got
did that lie talking about you live at your mama house and you got $300,000. Who the biggest liar?
we got proof to show that we picking up dogs. But we
Okay.
don't. Show us. Stop it, trustee. Please stop.
Talking about somebody lying.
You always lying.
Okay, and you lying about you live in Dolton when you know you don't.
You don't live in Dolton. Get it
Girl,
right.
God.
Get it right.
Trustee Norwood,
Okay, so and why I asked, I mean, you know, it does get frustrating when you all
Quiet,
sit
please.
here and and tell these stories, and I guess that's the frustrating part. And I put this on the agenda because, of course, common sense. Before I would call this lady, I would call the animal control, right? So I did, and that's when I was informed that we no longer have animal control. Then I did a little digging, and I seen an article that stated that the administration didn't properly go about it things the right way with the animals, and someone was doing something with the animals, and the state cut us off from having animal control. So none of this information was shared with anyone from the board. So that's why I asked. And I was thinking that in the event that the state has us barred from doing animal control for a while, I wanted to know because I was just thinking we paid $50,000 for the truck. So I just wanted to know what was the next plan for the truck in the event that we were no longer allowed to do animal control. So I'll vote to motion this to take it to the cow meeting, and I'll bring all the evidence that I have at the meeting, and then we'll discuss it. But last time I called several times. The senior who called me, she called animal control several times, and they stated that we don't have it in the village at all. So that's why I put it
All
on the
right.
agenda.
All right, moving on. Call the roll, please.
Who second, please? I didn't hear a second.
Jason did.
Thank you, Jason. Trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion and approval of resolution of the Village of Dolton approving the reimbursement of administrative expenses from the TIF District Number 2. Is there a motion?
Mayor, if I may, I would like to bundle I through M. I will read a description of each one of them so that way we know what we're talking about, and then the discussion, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of,
All right, so
points.
that's a motion to bundle?
yeah, my motion is to bundle I, J, K, L, and M.
Oh, and F.
And M like Mary.
Okay,
Hi, Mary.
but you want to do M, you can't
I
bundle
through
because
M.
that's closed session. Gotta go in closed session.
That's personnel.
Okay,
yeah.
I through L.
You mean,
I'll do I through L, yes.
all right, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion second, call the roll?
But I'm not sure if anybody had discussion, Mayor.
We gotta
I
call,
did.
Yes.
this the bundle,
Oh,
this the bundle and
Thank you.
approval second.
Thank you.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, is there a motion to approve I through L?
So I'll make the motion.
Is there a
Second.
second? Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes.
No,
All right, because then I want to get a floor to Pete after that, whoever's going first.
Okay. So which is that we are transferring administrative expenses from the TIF district to the general fund. When I just stated in previous conversations, we are at a point where we're transferring money from a restricted account to the general fund to make payments, to pay retro pay, things that in a functioning budget was already allocated for. What is more concerning, and I'm going to say this because I've said it at other meetings, is that this money that we are transferring, which adds up to a little bit over $1 million, they're stating are from administrative fees that have not been collected since 2005. My question, and I don't know because this is my first term, that if we have a CPA that we pay $45,000 or $60,000 per month, when did y'all just realize that y'all haven't been collecting these fees? Then it seems more strange that we're at the point that we have absolutely no money, that all of a sudden we haven't been collecting administrative fees. Let's go back to 2005. Oh my God, 36,000, 79,000, which totals the retro pay that we need to pay for the sergeants, lieutenants, and sergeants, the public works balance that we need to pay. All of this was included in the budget that we approved when they said retro was included. And then we have insurance that needs to be paid. So when we had all these 3 years of meeting, I bring back the bag. I bring back the grants. Ask the accountant, has any grants been deposited? Absolutely not. Why haven't any grants been deposited? Let me rephrase this because I don't want nobody to say I'm lying. Grants that require audits, $6.8 million that we have not received, but we have spent $6.7 million. Spending the money before we get it. Now we're forced to sit here and take money out of an account that we really shouldn't be taking money out of because we at that rainy day part where we're barely gonna see if we can make payroll through the end of September. So while everybody's sitting up here talking about we've been lying, they lying, I ain't took no first class flight. It's a warrant list to have, we didn't pay for the township conference. Why the hell is we paying for the township conference? That's because they swipe their card so much they be forgetting what, are they working for the township or are they working for the village of Dolton?
Damn.
Nevertheless, I'm voting because I know that it needs to be paid. My personal thought is they wouldn't get shit. But I have to do what's right for the community. And I have to do what's right for the people that go out and serve us every day. So yes, I am gonna vote for it, but I want everybody to know that the mismanagement of this administration is beyond absurd. I mean, beyond absurd. If anybody ran their house the way this village is being ran, y'all need to lock them up.
Damn.
All right, next.
We still in
Pete.
discussion.
Okay, hold on. I want to go to Pete first, Chief Pete, about the contract, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Again, before you today is the renewal for Bud's ambulance. The contract is a 3-year contract. It's pretty self-explanatory where the monthly payment is in the same ballpark where it currently is now. However, in there, they have some built-in surcharge fees in the event that the fuel prices continue to fluctuate. So approximately $11,000 and some change per month, and it's a 3-year contract, and we're seeking the approval from the mayor and the board tonight to move forward with the contract. Any questions?
Okay, thank you. The other one on here that I want to discuss is about you guys wanting to give special counsel authority to review the insurance coverage. Anybody want to answer that? Why is that?
Do we have an attorney?
We
Do the village of Dolton have an attorney?
Yes, we do have an attorney.
And who is that?
You already know who that is. So I'm not
No,
gonna do the
please
Q&A.
tell me because
Hold on,
they're
hold
not
on.
here. Who is
Hold
it?
on. I'm not gonna do the Q&A. So at the end of the day, you guys know that y'all are surpassing your authority. My authority is the one that appoints the attorneys. Y'all know this. So why we get up here and do the same dance and fight? Why? We do the same thing. That's not y'all authority. You overstepping your authority. My authority is the mayor. I appoint counsel. Y'all know this. Y'all know y'all cannot give your attorney cases. You know that. Especially that's the one he messed up. Like, come on, make it make sense. But yet y'all doing the same thing. Why? Nobody want to answer that, huh? I keep
Sure,
telling you
no.
about this a money grab. Like, stop. We're not doing
So
that.
we're
not.
talking about the seats
I'm talking
versus
about-
VO Dalton and
I'm-
appointing a special counsel.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. I said, why
This,
do you guys-
this a case, I'm sorry, I didn't want to finish.
go ahead.
This case is too critical and a lot of, it's been stalled. We haven't really gotten to the closure that we seek. There's been some offers made and still been kind of ongoing. So we want to make sure that there's a resolution to the case. And this is an effort to move it forward.
And that's through the village attorney. You know that, I know that. When the previous mayor was here, what did he do? Appoint counsel. So what makes y'all think it's any different now? Any mayor that sits in the seat appoints counsel. It is not the body, which is you guys. You guys legislate. That's it. You don't appoint. You don't make appointments. You don't have no appointment powers. You don't have nothing to do with my appointments. You can't fire them. You can't keep them. Nothing. You got nothing to do with any of those things. You don't. You don't. And that's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all have to learn what it is you do and learn what it is I do. But you guys do not appoint anybody to any case. So again, here you go with this. And y'all already know I'm not gonna sign off on it. So putting on a show right in front of the people once again don't make no sense. We are not doing that. So, all right, what else? Anything else? Any more discussion? All right, call her up.
I have a quick discussion on this.
Go ahead.
I just heard you say that you appoint people and no one can fire them. I can appoint a deputy clerk and you illegally fired her. So I don't understand what applies to you should apply to me.
Because what you don't understand is I am the head of the village. You are
It
not.
doesn't matter.
You are the
You
clerk.
don't- I
Hold
don't
on, hold
report
on. You
to
just
you,
asked
Mayor.
me. You just
I
asked me,
don't
and I'm
report to
giving
you.
you the answer. So at the end of the day, you already know that that's in court. So to go back and forth with you while it's in court doesn't make any sense. But I'm telling you the facts so that you will understand the how and why it happens and how it works. But
Well,
nobody
please
wants
get
to
the
do
facts
it.
right before
Everybody
you
wants to
report
sit
them
here
to me.
and be over someone else's position. I ran to lead, not follow. Especially people that ain't got no vision. I don't do that. I ran to lead, and you guys keep wanting to tell me what to do. We're not doing that. So
And
here
again,
we
the
are today.
ordinance states, so let's talk about ordinance.
We don't get to that, but we don't get to that
That
once
you
we
don't
get
follow,
in
which
personnel.
states that the clerk has
We
the
gonna get into
authority
that, clerk.
to appoint a deputy clerk.
We're gonna get into that in personnel matters. but
So, yeah,
let's
but I'm
finish
just
I.
saying,
Let's
let's
finish
follow
I
the
through
ordinances.
L. I through L.
Thank you.
Any more discussion for I through L? All right,
Yeah,
call
I
her up.
do. I have a discussion for after will. So my discussion is on the transfer. And this is just important for Dalton residents because I know that for the last few years, you all have seen us fighting for transparency. We've been fighting for the access to the credit card bills. We've been fighting for access to my viewpoint. The reason why they will not give us the access is because this is what they've been doing, spending all the money. And now they've done so to the point where now they need us. They have to tell us because they need us to do this transfer. So even though we're against it, because we know that if the money was being spent right, and if they were following the budget prevents this from happening. So just so the residents know, we don't want to sit here and fight every meet. It really is unfair to you all, but this is important. The taxpayers' money is what we're here to do. We're here to make sure that every dime that's coming in and every dime that's going out is accounted for. So I just want you all to understand that you sometimes may see us get a little frustrated, but we're getting frustrated because this job should be much more simple. We are put in place and you all elected us to do just this. And if you didn't have us here, this thing would be way worse because we'd probably be transferring 2 or 3 million instead of the 1. So I just want to say that we don't want to bicker and argue in front of you all, and we are trying to save the community, but this spending and this mismanaging is just out of control. And that's why you see us trying to have a liquidation sale and sell everything because they've spent it all. Thank you.
I can't wait till the truth come out. I swear I can't. But anywho.
Mayor,
okay,
I got one point of clarity.
What you
Quiet, please.
Okay.
Quiet.
No, just one point for clarity. The attorney is not Olson, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath. That's being recommended as somebody that was advised to us for a special type of defense that we need, without putting all of the information out there because it will be in court. I just wanted to make sure we clarify this is not legislative counsel. It's a special niche of attorney that we are seeking to push forward. But thank you.
And for clarity, we went through those steps as it related to a special type of attorney that was supposed to handle that case. But I always get in closed session to go more in details about all of that because like I know when it's in litigation, you talk in the back. So can we call the roll, please, so we can go to closed session?
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to bundle I through L.
All right. And next on the agenda is personnel matters. We will go.
I'm sorry, for correction, excuse me, Mayor. I said bundle, but it was for approval. So it's to approve items I through L, just
Right.
for the records.
Right. So we're going in closed session for personnel matters, but I do want to make some clarity and clear some things up. I see that you guys went and created this agenda, whereas I created an agenda for the Village of Dolton, and we put everything on there that was needed to talk about, including terminate the contract of Otis, Clerk, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. You guys didn't put that on here, nor did you put on there the termination of Keith Freeman. I put that on there so the board and I can discuss it, but I don't see that here. Yet you put all these other people on here, and y'all do know this is targeted. This is harassment, and you guys are doing political retaliation for the names that you put on here for personnel matters. It don't make no sense that you're considering layoffs due to you claiming financial, but yet you're picking people that don't make half the salary as a lot of other people because you're supposed to start at the top, work your way down. But yeah, you pick people that in the clerks, they make what, $15 an hour? Like, make this make sense of how you guys are trying to handle this. And you know, like I know, you guys have the authority to put anyone on administrative leave. You don't have the authority to remove anybody that I appoint. So I just want to clear this up for the public because everybody got everybody all roused up, and then you guys sitting here just trying to make decisions without stating facts. So today we will state facts as it relates to what you do and what I do, as I always state. But we're going to go in closed session, go over this bogus list that you put together, and then we'll come back out and we will tell the public again what the truth is in the matter of moving forward. But Keith Freeman will be added onto this list. It's shocking that you didn't put him on there, board, especially if y'all didn't like him, don't care for him.
So are we
whatever.
not having a regular meeting there? That's, I guess, for clarity, since you're saying he's gonna be added to this list.
Yeah, but we
Are
got a
not
regular
having
meeting right after
regular
this. We have a regular meeting
Oh,
right after
okay,
this.
that's all I was
But I'm
trying
just
to
saying
ask.
that you guys didn't add it. Y'all added everything else. And like I said, y'all want to be in control so bad. Y'all added all this stuff to the agenda, but you didn't add his name. And then you put my report at the very end. Why is that? But this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This is talking about. This is the stuff I'm talking about. So you gotta let me do what I'm supposed to do and get my report like I get y'all the floor when it's general announcement. Y'all say whatever y'all want to say about whatever y'all got going on, and then I get the opportunity to do the same. But you guys want to put it at the end as though I am not the leader of the city. So is there a motion to go in closed session to discuss personnel matters?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Norwood, I'm sorry, trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved to go into closed session.
All right, so we will be going downstairs to closed session. We might be down there in a minute. We got a lot of things to discuss. If you choose to stay, please. If not, this is your time to exit if you would like. Thank you so much.
All right. So what'd you guys think? Looks like we have a little bit of break. Looks like we have a little break, so get a chance to talk to you guys. Let me turn down just a little bit. I don't think anything happening right now. So let me tell you a little bit about my day. I went to the beach and drove down here, came around like 7:15-ish. And I thought, there's no way it's going to start. These things don't start on time. You know, I got some time to set up everything, and I'm trying something new on the computer using OBS. It doesn't really matter, but trying something new since I haven't been live on this channel in a couple of months. And then out of nowhere, I checked my phone and realized it started. And I was like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And then I see all of the craziness is happening. So I guess let's do a little bit of a recap. Exactly what is happening right now in the Village of Dolton. Another chaotic meeting. What else is new, right? What else is new when you're dealing with this administration? So from what I've seen so far, Tiffany is late. Hainier is late as usual. The meeting is starting without her because at this point, it is disrespectful every single meeting for her to be late. It's outrageous. It's a village of 20,000 people. She can come on time. She's doing it on purpose. The next thing is she shows up, then forces Lacey, or Lacey forces, whatever it is. Lacey is still with the mayor, I guess, to the bitter end. Forces all of the residents to leave to come back through the metal detectors. Everyone is mad. The residents are mad. very angry. Some residents are mad with everybody. There's residents looking to actually go for trustee. They want to be a trustee as well. So we're going through all of this. We have some new lawyers that we don't know. I don't know their names or what's going on with them. Are they from the Galdo group? Or are they something different? Let me know if you have any information on that. Hit me up, obviously, email, all that type of thing. But it's new lawyers are there. Because at this point, I think she can't afford the Galdo anymore. And also the Galdo is suing Bert Olderson. So it's a complete mess right now. And it's very interesting, the fact that she wants Keith Freeman to be fired. Didn't explain it, but I guess the personal matters will be held in the closed session. And right now, I keep saying this, and I know a lot of people are they keep saying, what is going on with Mayor Haney? Why anything hasn't happened yet? What is going on with FBI? But I would say there are things happening. But at this point, FBI investigations, they're not going to say anything until it's absolutely done. We're still waiting for the report from Lightfoot, former Mayor Lightfoot. So a lot of things are going on, and these meetings are just becoming more of a chaotic mess because obviously the trustees and the mayor are not communicating. They are on two different wavelengths. The trustees are saying, we are out of money. We need to start selling some stuff. Like I forgot who said it. Was it Belcher or Norwood? It's a fire sale right now. We need to take all of the valuables, anything that's of value, and sell it because we are in the hole. Dolton is in tremendous debt. And for some reason, Haynard has this, I have a dream, I have a vision, and we shouldn't sell this property. We shouldn't talk about these leases for the cars that she did sign, she forgot she doesn't want to talk about. This is where the disconnect is happening. And even the disconnect of, do they have animal control or they don't? How is that a argument? Now, someone, I think in Norwood, said a resident tried to call to get a dog. They try to contact animal control. There's no animal control. But then there's a $50,000 truck just sitting there. Tiffany Hanger said, oh, we did take care of a dog that one instance. Do they have animal control or not? Like, these very small issues are big issues, but they're not communicating. Nothing seems to get done. Everything is being kicked down the road. Millions of dollars are being spent. Seems like irresponsibly. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What else going on? And then former trustee Valerie Stubbs gets kicked out. Now the mayor and the trustees were going back and forth. You could say for the most part, it did get personal. And then out of nowhere, and remember, Valerie Stubbs did speak earlier on. We couldn't hear her because they kept turning off on the mics. I guess William Moore is in charge of that. That's just some people said it in the meeting. And started calling out personal attacks on who owes fines, who brought this house, what is going on. And then you saw there that Haynard wanted to throw a shot at Valerie Stubbs. Valerie Stubbs got upset. And instead of just calming everyone down, giving it a moment, she had to be removed from the meeting. And then I think someone else got removed from the meeting. So right now, Haynard is not leading in the way that nothing can ever get done under this situation. I say this all the time. I feel like I'm repeating myself through the videos and the stuff that I go through. This is complete dysfunction. Now, I think there is a solution is going to come out of this, but there's nothing's going to able to be taken care of right now. So we're waiting for the private stuff to be done, and they'll come back to finish the meeting. Bonsai with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Please hit like button. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And oh yeah, if you guys are here, if not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate all of the support. And it's interesting. I didn't think I was going to be going as fast as I was. I guess I didn't know I was going to go live so quickly. I thought I had some more time, but I went out with the family. But I do appreciate everyone for hanging out with me. And as we kind of recap what we've already seen, but that's the problem. There's millions and millions of dollars being spent irresponsibly. Whether it's legal, illegal, let's remove the FBI investigation of her doing some illegal stuff. You're paying the accountant $60,000 a month. I should have been an accountant. There's a few. I realize going through some of the warrant lists and some of the things that people, the administration owes some of these vendors, I'm in the wrong business. But there's several issues that are destroying this village based on irresponsible spending. If you guys checked out a video I did a while ago about First Government Leasing and how that company is built to take advantage of municipalities in terms of the high rate of interest. So that's why those vehicles cost so much. It's a scam. And Keith Freeman was paid to be a consultant for that scam. Hey, where is Keith Freeman? I guess, well, you know why he's not there. He's getting kicked out of the I guess the team Hainiard. So at this point, Belcher and Norwood are saying like we need to start selling some of these things. And for some reason, Hainiard doesn't want to do anything. She has a vision. Well, the problem is with a vision is you got to have people to believe it. Your legislative body doesn't believe it. The people in that meeting don't believe it. Hainiard's job is to try to make her vision, her job is to sell the vision so people could understand what you're talking about. And when you try to sell a vision, you're trying to be as transparent as possible. The problem is transparency is something that Hainiard will never, ever do. So when they throw out when the other trustees are pointing out some of these issues, and Hainiard says, well, you got to come back to me with more information. You're being too vague. She knows exactly what they're talking about. She doesn't want to talk about it. And that's the problem. KC Cat says Dolton will end up being absorbed by South Holland. And I've seen some stuff. I've read some of the things about the idea that if this continues, that the village of Dolton will be absorbed by another entity, obviously of the state, because of all of the issues, all the debt. So things need to be cleaned up, and it may take a long time to be cleaned up. Right? Antonio Thomas, vision and no foundation. Yes, exactly. You can have amazing ideas, big ideas of how you think you can transform things, whatever you're mayor of something, whatever it is, that you have all these grand plans. But if you have no foundation, you have no idea how to get it done. Also, you're not being honest. Also, you're being disrespectful. You're being disruptive. You're leading a government that is full of resentment, anger, dysfunction. There is no vision that you can build on. There is no vision. Right now, many people believe that Dolton is in so much debt they have to sell a lot of things. They have to figure out how to recoup the money from all of the vendors that are owed. And Hainiard seems like she just has her head in the sand, whatever you want to call it, or just wants to not pretend that everything is going on. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But since we have some time, let me see if I can pop up. If I can check this out here. Actually, will that show? About the animal control. I think Succeeding 2 talked about it. This article, it's pretty old, I believe, right? So let me show you guys this real quick. Let me see if it'll. Actually, can I just put it right? Can I put it right there? Yeah, I can show it right here for you guys. So going back to, do they have animal control or not? Do they have the facilities? So right here, Mayor Tiffany Hainiard operating an unlicensed Dolton animal control facility. According to the Department of Agriculture licensed search database, the Village of Dolton, under the direction of Mayor Tiffany Hainiard, has been operating animal control department and facility without the required license from the Illinois Department of Agriculture. So, according to the Animal Welfare Act, every animal control facility must obtain a license from the Department of Agriculture prior to operating its facility. So, If they don't have the license, then they don't have animal control. They don't, because you need to have the license. They describe the penalties for the violations of this act. That's even more fines that this Dolton has to pay for. She didn't answer any of those questions. They don't have it. If it is not in the database, it doesn't exist. So she didn't answer that. It's everyone is lying. Is everyone's lying? It doesn't seem like this. We're going to talk about all the lies, whatever you want to call it. They're operating an unlicensed Dolton animal control facility. They don't have one. Bree Knoll said, yeah, we do not have animal control. They send the police who do nothing. Yeah, and you don't want to deal with animals out there without someone that is trained and licensed to take care of the problem. So thank you for succeeding into for that. Can't really explain this type of stuff here. This article is from 2023. So people are calling. People are calling for help with abandoned dogs. They could be aggressive. They can have diseases. When an aggressive dog is on the loose, who wants to deal with that? You call animal control, and they don't have one. So that's why you see some of the trustees and Hanier going back and forth on that one. And then Hanier wanted to use that one example of, I guess, someone going to take care of that one situation, but there's multiple situations, there's multiple issues. I just don't understand it. And is it illegal not to have one? Yeah, I mean, they're going to get fined. There's more fines on hand there. And Hanier did not have an answer to why this is going on. So we're going to see what's going on with the closed meeting. They are discussing some appointments, I guess some hiring and some firings. As you guys know, you notice that Keith Freeman is not there. So I think that's what Hanier wants Keith Freeman to be gone. Trustees probably looking at some other people that need to be removed as well as they try to clean this situation up. But, let me know in the comments what you guys think so far and what you guys think is going to happen when they all come back. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we'll be here for until basically to the end of the meeting. We'll see how long they come back, and hopefully they can get through some of this. And going back to them going back with some of the issues with the meeting and kicking people out. Every single time when people get a little bit emotional, the cops should be more of trying to get everyone to calm down, not necessarily threaten to kick them out, but trying to get them to cool out for a second. It's a very emotional time. So let's all kind of try to take a step, chill out, and then continue with the meeting. Maybe give them a warning or something. I don't know. That would make sense to me. Instead of just going crazy with, let me see, is there anything? I don't think there's anything happening right now. Actually, I gotta pop it up first. Oh, no, it's the same old thing. I'm gonna see if I can pop up another screen to. Well, that's not what I want. So I could pop another screen out, but appreciate you guys for coming by, hanging out with me a little bit. I know this usually I have a little bit more organization in the stream, but things started quickly. I had to jump right in and say, oh, wait, what's going on? What's happening over here? Why everyone? What's going on? Why they started a meeting without her? I mean, I was like, what? Like that is. I did not see that happening. Is this one okay? I gotta pop it up first. I don't know why I'm doing that. Let's see, put it up here. Just looking at the trustees page, just seeing if anything's happening as they're waiting for the private meeting to be done, but yeah, it looks like nothing's happening. They're all just chilling out. So let me know what you guys think was happening over here. Freeman is going to flip on Tiff to get an FBI deal. I mean, at this point, what does Keith Freeman? He doesn't have a lot of options. He still got to figure out what's the conclusion of that bankruptcy situation. Keith Freeman is going to protect Keith Freeman. Succeeding two, I live in a community with a lot less diversity. Lacey better not work in an area that is not predominantly black. Get heated. I always would say Lacey should not be a police officer. Long history of corruption, long history of police misconduct. I still believe in police officers doing the right thing. I think most of them do the right thing. I think Lacey has definitely an ego issue, a power trip issue, and those are like the worst police officers to have on the force when they have that kind of power trip. I mean, I think that's what happened with Sonia Massey, where you had a police officer bouncing around from multiple departments, DUI issues. I think there was one case where he ignored command to stop chasing a suspect. There's so many. Those kind of people should not have a gun. They should not have a badge. They should have a badge or a gun. Having a gun brings so much responsibility. You should be as careful as possible. As much as you're out there and you are risking your life, but at the same time, it's a level of, it is a level of, like I said, responsibility. You're not there to, just because you have that weapon does not mean you could use it anytime you want to. So, especially Lacey being any kind of leader, I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. But he is still, at this point, very loyal to the mayor. And I guess he's going down there. Defense attorneys. Okay. Sorry, I got to answer this real quick. Okay. Let's see. Dolton's back up. It's faster than the other one. I don't think they're back up, but I could check on my phone just to make sure. And they're not back up. They're still waiting. They're probably definitely going back and forth arguing about who should be let go and who shouldn't. But no, it's still waiting. So we're gonna hang out, and we'll pop it back up when they start. So I think they should all be arrested for fraud and corruption. Hearing it. Cinnamon says Hainiard and her team have run that town into the ground. Casey Cat thinks Freeman flipped a while ago. I mean, when you think about it, you got caught doing some stuff with your bankruptcy. You owe, I think, $90,000 to the city of Robbins. Bankruptcy fraud is a federal crime. The feds are around with Tiffany Hainiard. Usually, with a lot of law enforcement, what you do is if someone that's an underling gets caught in an issue, you try to see, okay, well, what do you know? And what are you willing to tell us? So it's not out of the ordinary that he could be trying to figure out a way to get out of this, to get at least the least amount of punishment possible. So definitely something is definitely possible. Or at least likely, right? But yeah, appreciate you guys. It's interesting. Let me know if I missed any of the bingo hits. So far, she says, as it relates to all the time, she definitely said you're out of order. She definitely mentioned fake news. Thank you. I think someone pointed out that she did mention the trustees raising their taxes. I didn't get a chance to saw. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Clickbait. She said clickbait 3 times. I don't know if I should put 3 of the, maybe I should. She said, you know what, I'll do that. She did say clickbait a bunch of times. So let's just put multiple Tiffany hang your heads on that one. She loves that clickbait. She calls herself clickbait. Like, that's not the term. That's not how it works. We'll make it a little small. So yeah, we could put 3. We could put 3 in there. She did mention that. I know that's not real bingo, but listen, this is not real bingo. We're doing a little, we're just hanging out here. Because I know she loves using bingo as a way to, keep the seniors happy, so they vote for her. And I think at this point, she's concentrating everything on the township. She wants to keep that position more than anything else. That's why I'm wondering why she hasn't announced that she wants to be reelected for mayor. Why she hasn't said it. Is she giving up? Let me know. Put in the comments. Do you think she's giving up trying to win another term as mayor? She did say that, Tommy G. You miss she gets some clarity. She kind of did. She did mention that. You know what? I'm gonna add it because yeah, that's her one mention. If she doesn't want to answer something, she will say, "Take care of it before the meeting." But if you notice, no one said, "I did reach out to you. You didn't answer the phone." Because I think at this point, it's very limited communication between Hainiard and the trustees. I think Hainiard is becoming more and more insulated because of all the issues that's going on, and her team is falling apart. I mean, her right-hand man, right, her lieutenant, she wants him gone. Who thought of that? Who thought that was going to happen? But when the heat is coming, and when the feds are here, people start turning around. People start going. People start getting a little upset. They get a little nervous, and they're willing to talk about what they know. So, as a leader, as a mayor, you really shouldn't be doing anything corrupt, because when any of your people get caught into something, they're going to turn around and start talking about the things that you're doing. Did they go to intermission? They went to a private meeting. They're talking about some personnel matters. So when they come back out, they'll finish the meeting, and we'll see what else they're going to talk about. How am I missing all this? Big Boots said I was grown here. She did say that? I guess when they were going back and forth. You know what? But appreciate you guys for coming in. I guess I'm missing a lot. It's like I was trying to figure out how to get this going. My computer froze during the first stream, so I had to restart the computer, fire this up. I know many people who use OBS, this program, sometimes it just crashes. So like the whole thing was crashed. But yeah, thank you. Let me know if I missed any other ones. But yeah, this was the list. This was the card that I found on Facebook, actually. Let me show. Can I show you the old one? Damn, let me see if I can find the old card. I may have removed it. The one, let me see. I'm gonna show you guys the old card in a second. If I could, is this the right? Let me see. Okay. So this one was based. Again, anyone who knows who made this, please let me know. Please email me. I thought it was hilarious. So this one was based on the township meeting. So if you notice, my favorite one right here, "Sit down, Robert." It's so like Robert Hunt gets disrespected every single township meeting at this point, where she calls him up, and as soon as he's finished for whatever she needed him to do, go sit down, Robert. I mean, he's a grown man, but that's my favorite one. What else? Oh, you're not going to pay the vendors? I could have kept that on there because she did say that. And she did say something about, did she say something about trimming the bushes, trimming the trees? I think she did say that. We out here trimming the trees and putting roofs on houses. I think she didn't mention that. Is there a reason you guys switched sheets? I didn't think that was gonna work. Oh, but this is her biggest, I guess, flex for the township. She says that when we got there was a deficit, but now we got a surplus. Sure. Is that actually true? From what I've heard, no. What else? Oh, is there a second? She was waiting because you notice for the trustees in the township, they are starting to, be there on their own terms and realizing that maybe they don't want to hitch your wagon with Hainiard. And I think what else? I think everything else is pretty much the same. I don't think I got any. I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing much different. I think we got the whole thing in order. I know she talks about people being out of order, but I think everything is pretty much her usual sayings. I should have used vets acts. I hear her say it wrong so many times. So I think there's times I'm saying it wrong. And I'm not even kidding. Like there's times I'm like, I am definitely not I'm not saying the whole word ask. I'm saying acts. I can't blame her, but at the same time, like when you're talking too fast and also you're, in her case, not telling the truth a whole lot. Her ability to speak, it's a struggle. We'll say that it's a struggle. Whitehouse is running for mayor when he takes a lot of garbage. I mean, at this point, this is just a lot of the posturing from Hainiard. I think House tries to keep things as, at least for him, he's not going back and forth, but Hainiard is going to be aggressive. Obviously, House is going after her job, so he's going to have to do that as he's going to have to ride out a little bit. Cooking with Frank, appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you. Enjoy your channel. Very, very funny. I know what's the person on Team Hainiard that's a trap rapper? What's that guy's name? I totally forgot his name. Now it's interesting about that guy, right? Let's see if I can find it. Actually, I don't want to change my. Let me see if I can find it. Where is this guy? Oh, they're still waiting. Damn, I forgot the dude's name. Trap rapping and you work for the government. Rick Ross, he worked for the government, and on top of that, he had his rapping and all that type of thing. Man, I would like to be a fly in that wall to see what they're talking about. Yeah, Unc Lowdown. Uncle, thank you. I mean, I don't. Maybe we'll play it, but I don't want to put it on. I don't want to get any copyright because then I have to pay him. Stacy Correll, gotcha. I heard a little bit of the music. Yeah, Uncle Lowdown. What? That's not his name? Yeah, but I don't want to play. Okay. Yeah, I heard his flow. I was listening to at least one song, and if I didn't know who he is, it's something missing. Like there's just something missing with his delivery for some reason. I don't know. It just, to me, he just sounds like everybody else. I'm listening. I'm like, there's nothing different about it. It's not. He don't stand out from the crowd. And also, it's just such an opposite of who he, like, you have a job. You have a job, Public Works. You got Public Works superintendent. You're not a trapper. Don't trappers, dudes that from the streets, they don't have government positions. They're not, doing that type of thing. They're out there in the streets or whatever. So that's the biggest issue. There's a lack of realness to what he's talking about. And he's just following every other rapper. And the rap game, in my opinion, has not been where it should be in terms of you just hear the same garbage. And he's in the kitchen cooking. So like, come on. Now, Cooking with Frank says it's cookie cutter drill music. He does the same thing Henry does, copy and paste. That's a great point there. It's what they think looks good. They think they have this image, and they don't have that image. That's not who they are. I don't think that's who he is. And they try to cook a chain on the stove? 682, the music is very basic. Yes, I agree. Lack of substance. Now I like trap. Look, I like trap music. I like that crap. I like we call it the garbage, whatever. But it's a big difference between him and Pop Smoke, right? Big difference between him and Pop Smoke in terms of just something different, something authentic. That's not who he is. And he's definitely not going to probably be around. I can imagine he's probably not going to be around, right? I don't think so. Big Boots, no originality. I agree. He watched a few drill rappers, same concept in the videos, same look, same lyrics, copy and paste, cookie cutter. That's not going to separate you. That executive's not going to look at that and say, damn, I got to sign this guy. Or this guy is going to be the next big thing. So that's just my opinion. And yeah, the flow, the beats, nothing that I could think of. Well, maybe he should quit being the public works supervisor and go full on with the rapper career. I think he should try to keep that job. But unfortunately, he's with the Haney administration, so I don't think he's going to have that job for long. And then maybe he'll have to go back and do, maybe he has to actually do some trapping. I don't know. Uncle Lowlife. Yeah, it just, and I don't know his history. I know he does have a criminal record for something in terms of a gun. I think he had a silencer, which obviously is illegal. But he's bouncing around. He should kind of realize who he is and go with that instead of trying to be something he's not, because that can get yourself in trouble, clearly. Let's see. We're still waiting. Still waiting. I'm around checking to see if they're getting back to their seats. Is there any sign of this meeting starting? Oh, Stacy's at GD. Cool, but doesn't mean you can rap. Doesn't mean you can rap. Where is Kamal? Good question. I did not see him. Usually they have him in the back. Usually they'll have her supporters in the area where the employees are located, which is wrong. I think they are coming back. Is that going back? I think that's Haynard. Yeah, I think they're about to start in a minute. So the feed should be popping back up. And we'll go from there. Okay, yeah. You see Belcher about to sit back down. I would love to know what was talked about in that meeting. So what you guys going to think about the second half? You think it's going to be more fireworks, more craziness? What do you guys think is going to happen? All right, Granny's sitting down. She ready for the next meeting. Shout out to her, man. If I was me, I'd be sleeping. It's 9 o'clock over there, and they ain't playing. She ain't playing around. She wants to know what's going on. All right, guys, we're back. We still have some stuff. Did she mention that the trustees don't do nothing? I think she may have said that. She didn't say secret squirrel meeting. So we have a few. She didn't talk about how much she won her mayoral election by 82%. She didn't say that yet. So we'll see. Let's get back into it.
All right. Thank you for waiting on us. Clerk, are you ready? All right. Can we have a motion to resume our board meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second? Call the roll.
Okay, hold on. Pins. Trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
The time is now 9:01 p.m.
All right. Is there a motion regarding the personnel matters?
Motion to approve the personnel matters listed on agenda item M, items M, good Lord, I need glasses, M, A through F.
All right. Is there a second? All right. Because we was in closed session, we cannot really discuss it. But I will make a statement for the record. I already told the Board of Trustees that this is political retaliation. This is targeting, and they should not target these individuals to try to lay them off. I also told them that they will be sued for doing so, but yet they still choosing to pick these people, which they said Keith Freeman gave them. So make sure y'all add him in y'all lawsuit to target just these individuals. Normally when you do layoffs or consider layoffs, you normally go, you meet with management staff and you go line by line, or you go over things or where people can make cuts at and do things to make it make sense. Right now, people are voting with their emotions, and they're not being wise as it relates to handling the business and allowing the business to handle them. So again, I am totally against this. As you know, I told them y'all do what y'all think y'all can do, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. So they're gonna vote for it, but again, these people will still be employed here in the village of Dolton. So I'm just making sure that everyone is crystal clear of that. So when it happens, you understand the why. Okay, Clerk.
Mayor, I
call
have a comment. For
the roll. Oh, you got a comment now, huh?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right, so the layoffs are due to financial issues that the village of Dolton has. I did mention already that managers who may have spoken up asked that we do not include their names for fear of retaliation. So there's trying to insinuate that Freeman is the one that gave us is incorrect. This decision came about because our finance consultant, the CPA firm, let us know that we are in dire need and layoffs need to happen. This is I hate to say this because I don't want to cause a big panic, but this is a starting point because we are finally beginning to get information, because for months and months we would indicate that we don't have financials. We haven't had it for 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. So I know many people heard that. So this meeting is the first time you hear Trustee Belcher and us reference financials that we've started to get in review. And we got a lot of that information due to the investigation by former Mayor Lori Lightfoot. So that information is the reason for many of the actions taken this evening with credit card spending, as well as this beginning of some of the layoffs. It's unfortunate. There's a lot more that we have to do. So we're starting to identify the picture, and we have to identify a plan forward. And unfortunately, this is part of that plan. Thank you.
All right, and I just want to clear some up that he just stated. He stated that Keith Freeman was not the one that gave it to him, and I quote, Trustee Kiana Belcher stated that they got this list from Keith Freeman. So I wish y'all can listen to the tapes down in closed session, and you will hear her say that's who gave y'all this list. So again, this is targeted. Y'all targeting individuals, and that's not right. I still believe you guys should go to the drawing board and figure it out, whatever it is. Again, The mayor had no say-so in this. They just did what they wanted to do. And you're supposed to sit here and talk about things of importance such as a layoff, because at the end of the day, this is somebody's livelihood that you guys are playing with. Y'all can point fingers, place blame, do whatever you feel you need to do. But at the end of the day, you guys still are going about it the wrong way. And you should not pick individuals because they don't follow your orders or don't listen to you or whatever y'all feel is going on. You guys should still go back to the drawing board and figure out a better way, because there's always another way to do something. And as it relates to financials, once everything come up, I did tell everybody that we was going to do a town hall meeting as it relates to the financials, because everyone's waiting on financials. We all are. So I just want to clear that up as well, because people like to just say stuff, but they don't educate the public on how and the whys. Like, I'll give you another example. Do you know that we have union contracts, different things that goes towards a budget, but no one's telling you that. So once it goes to the budget, where's the extra revenue that you brought in to cover the budget amount? You just give somebody a raise, but yet you got to figure out how to pay that out. And then when they try to cut things like I said earlier before we went downstairs, code enforcement. Why would you cut the only thing where people are producing revenue? They go out and they write tickets for people that ain't cut their grass, whether it's the bank or whoever, and other issues in our community. So what I'm saying to you is you rather lay people off, like I said, peanuts, compared to the things that you claim is needed. So again, that's my statement for the record. I'm still advising the Board of Trustees not to go forward with this hit list that Keith Freeman put together on people that he don't like or get along with. And I think the board should be wiser and speak up about what it is.
May I
that's
be
needed.
recognized?
And it's not going off the list that was provided to us. That is my opinion of it. Go ahead.
Okay, so when you quote me, make sure you do it right. I stated inside of executive session, which you want to bring it up anyway, that we had a meeting with Kasperik's office, which is Lauren, and this was the advice of the accounting firm by way of email. It came from Keith Freeman. Now, what's crazy to me is that 1 minute you do the day-to-day operations, 1 minute Keith do the day-to-day operations. So it's when it fits your agenda. So whether it, to my knowledge, Keith Freeman is still employed here and is the village administrator, because we have not seen anything set forth and except for the next meeting that's about to start, termination, that when something comes through the village administrator, which, I mean, for 3 years, well, I'll say he's been here 2 years, we haven't been getting nothing. So when these things come, because that's your right-hand man, then we would be able to move forward with what's presented to us. Also, and sit in a 3-hour meeting with somebody that's finally giving us some financial information, you go by the people that you pay the money to say these are the recommendations that you guys need to have. Whereas if it was a hit list, she would have been the first one on the list. So I don't think it's considered a hit list. I think it's just a start of trying to move in a direction to clean some of this mess that she and him has gotten us in. I mean, if we want to say it, we're saying it. However it may be. The Board of Trustees don't have a credit card. The Board of Trustees ain't making contracts and signing off on 37%, 27% leases. The Board of Trustees ain't going out telling people, cut all the trees, give me an estimate. It's only $2.8 million. The Board of Trustees ain't doing that. So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out, and you sitting here talking about a hit list like we on the street. So we are doing what we can do with the limited resources that we have to start making financial decisions now that we've got a little information. I think one in particular item on there that she's really mad about is her strong arm might be a limp arm. I release.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. And then I will make the last statement and move on. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's first talk about the ordinances, because I think that when we talk about governing, The ordinances are put in place for a reason, right? And again, I'm going to say that we continue to have checks and balances. That's why we're here. And for us to have an ordinance that says if anyone hired or anyone fired should come before the board. And then when we look up, we have way more employees because this administration is not bringing the people in front of the board to be hired. So now we have Public Works who we only supposed to have 20 workers. Our assignment is for 20 workers. Well, we have 32. So the common sense and the math tells us that we're overpaying. So if we can continue to get services done with less people so that we can make sure that we can get ourselves out of this financial rut, that's what we have to do. It's not personal. She sit here and act as if we're not in a deficit, but let's not forget, guys, just 30 minutes ago, we were voting on TIF money that we need to transfer. So if we are voting to transfer money that we're not even supposed to be touching, that means we're in dire need. And because we're in dire need, we're saying, hey, we have to make the tough decisions at the moment because they're having a hiring fest. We look up and every time I come into this village, I see someone that I don't even know. So they're not coming before the board. She's telling them that they are hired, having them do the job. We have $1 million worth of overtime for some employees, right? We have a police $1 million in overtime for police. Now we have 12 additional workers for Public Works. Then we have a $45,000, $60,000 account saying, hey, we have to make these decisions. So this is just what we have to do. It's not personal, but this has to be done. And truth be told, our account firm told us last year around this time that the layoffs were coming. This is why we have a budget. They continue to ignore the budget. Like now, we don't even have a budget. How is it that the administration haven't provided us with a budget when this was supposed to be voted on and turned into the state as of now? So these are the issues that we're running into. They're doing things the wrong way, and then they need us to fix it and clean it up. So they're hiding the information, and then they're saying, hey, voila, by the way, we're in a deficit. Don't fire anyone, though, and I'm going to keep spending, by the way. And it's unfair. If we keep having money go out and we don't have enough coming in, then that's where you have a deficit. And that's where we are trying to fix this issue at the moment. So again, residents, it's unfortunate, but we have to make these tough decisions so that we can make payroll, because you all see that we just had to transfer money from the TIF just so that we can make payroll. So think about it. How is it personal when we're transferring money from the TIF just to make payroll, just so the residents can have the services that's needed? Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys can see, it's a lot of finger pointing, and people don't want to own up to the things they haven't done, the things that's going on in our community, and people got to fact check, but people don't. As I stated before, you know that it is contracts that the board has approved for people to get retro pay. So when we do retro pay, that adds to the budget. How do you pay for that? And then it's other contracts that they're now negotiating currently now. So when that comes back up and says another $500,000, where are you gonna get the money from? So then when people keep talking about spending or things that's going on in the community, they should ask themselves, what was your plan to increase the revenue when you decided to approve all these things that you wanted to make it like y'all was doing great? Hey, let me give Public Works increase. Let me give fire an increase. Let me give the police stay retro. You gave everybody all this money and it added to the budget over $1 million. So if it's over $1 million, where do you get the extra money that you didn't account for each month? But no one's talking about that. This is me talking to people that understand business, that understand finance. Because at the end of the day, when you sit here and you add more, you better be able to produce more. And that goes back to when I state, why are you laying off code enforcement? People that bring revenue in our community. Because at the end of the day, what else you gonna do besides the police? Them the two areas that write tickets. Then you have a water department. So if we're not sitting here really talking business and sitting here talking about, hey, we can produce this if we do this. We should change this. But no one's talking like that. People just pointing finger with no plan. That's why I don't follow them. They don't have no plan but point fingers. We have to sit together and sit here and put all the mess to rest and talk like adults and say, hey, this is what I want to see from my village. This is what I think we should do in the next months. and we should execute, but we don't do that because again, y'all know, like I know, it's election time. It's time to run. Everybody got to make it like this person bad, that person bad, this person ain't doing that. That's the game. And that comes with the territory, unfortunately. I told you, it's politics, which is not, it's politics. It's all about what a person can make you believe that's going on in the community. Another issue that I have is all the negativity that they brought to our village. As you can see, y'all about all the naysayers, you about all of the people that come here from another state and they actually get to the podium and say they from another state. Make it make sense. But yet our residents can't get in to sit down because it is with all the people that's literally using us for clickbait to make money. Because for those that don't understand how it works, it's clickbait and they make money. Why do you think the news are so invested? They in the business of selling news. They have to sell news. So unfortunately, they are competing with YouTubers. They're competing with everybody, and people got to see it for what it is. And for those that don't want to listen, you don't have to. Because at the end of the day, my base don't come here because they're not with the mess. They listen and watch me on TV and see what I'm saying. And when I go to the door, they appreciate everything that I've accomplished here as the mayor. Because as many that been here, like I've been here, like I say, I grew here, they flew here. Everybody that been here, like I've been, you know where the village was and you know where it's at currently. And you know for a fact that we didn't have everything on Sibley possible. From Ponderosa to Red Lobster to White Hen Pantry, everything was in our city is why a majority of us moved to this community. But to see it just constantly be attacked because people can't have their way, people can't tell you what to do, it's saddening. It really is. Because again, I tell y'all, I got a 5-year-old daughter that's gonna grow up in the same community that I grew up in. And I want her, just like I want your kids, to have things that they can run to and grow from and have memories. For instance, the rink. They can go to the rink and actually now they got a memory for life to say, hey, I went to the rink and I skated outside. They got that memory. I went down the street and I played basketball where it's 3 different courts, 3. One for the babies, one for the middle kids, and one for the adults. 3 different courts with adjustable rims. These are the things that we should be talking about, but we're not. So I say this to you because I be wanting the news to show another narrative, show another side. But unfortunately, they just with the negative side that keep the clicks going for their networks. And that's sad because some people watch the news because they believe in the news. I do not believe in the news. That's why I call them fake news, because they only report negativity. If somebody goes and does an interview with the news that's positive, they do not play it on the news. They only want to hear somebody saying something negative about a person. And that's sad, because when did we forget that we are all human? When did we forget that we live here? When the cameras go and the smoke clear, we have to still rebuild our community. I say this time and time again. You're going to always hear my mouth on it, whether you want to hear it or not, because we have to do better as a community, and we have to unify the community, not come here with mess. And sometimes people just got to open their ears and eyes and listen to what's going on in our town, because there's so much good that's going on. It get overshadowed by the negativity. And again, if anybody need help, light, gas, water, anything like that, because that's why people really mad. I am your supervisor, Thornton Township. You can come over there and get help with those things. And that's something the news should be advocating and showing y'all, but they do not. And if you're struggling with your mortgage or your rent, you can call us 708-596-6040 and get help with these things. But no one wants to do it. No one wants to tell you that. But when you see me or I'm at your door and I give you this information, you go get the help. So that's why I'm saying that everybody not into the mess or the clicks. It's really communities like ours that really need the help that they are getting from us. And then I love the fact that we was able to cut down the trees prior to the storms. You know how many thank yous I got the last 2 weeks, let alone month, saying, Mayor, thank you for cutting and trimming the trees. Because if you did not do that, that tree would have been on my house during this storm. As you saw, many people had trees on their houses, on their cars, on their garages, and these are the problems that we are faced with. And all I'm telling you, resident, is just pay attention. Stop being with the mess, because at the end of the day, you only have one person to answer to, and that's the Lord. Everybody else just around you for whatever reason, but when you have your time of need, these same people, these messy people, you would not see. You will not. And I mean that. If you ever get sick, you're not going to see them. If you ever need them, you're not going to see them. But guess who you always see? Tiffany and you. I'm always there for you no matter what you say. I even help the people that talk mess about me because I am not made like that. We supposed to love on each other. It will be people helping people. That's it. That's all. So I just want to point that out to you guys, and I want you to look at it for what it is and stop with the chaos. Because at the end of the day, life is short. Enjoy it. Embrace it. It's so many people that come to me and I help them bury their loved ones because they didn't even know something was going to happen. And it just happened. Whether it's a car accident, whether it's they didn't wake up. And that's all I'm telling you, residents. You have to cherish life and not the mess and drama. Because when the smoke clear, and it will clear, what are you going to do? You can move out, but what are you going to do? You have to want more for your life, guys. And that's all I'm trying to make sure that you get from me other than the drama. All right? Thank you so much for listening. Clerk, call the roll.
Okay, this is to approve.
Mayor, I had a little something on there I'd like to just touch on.
Go ahead.
You know, with this layoff, that's kind of close to the heart when you talk about layoff, because now that affects a lot of individuals in their lifestyle. I just say I'm not with the layoffs because I don't feel it was done in a proper manner. It was just thrown out here, and we talking about laying off. I believe the department heads should have been speaking with their staff on how they can cut back on using hours, look at their workload, match the work hours up with the workload. If we can get work done, just like Trustee Noah said, if we can just do a little bit more with a little less, we'll do that. But I like for the department heads at least talk with their staff and see where they at and see what their workload is before we go into a full-blown layoff. And we are decision makers. We have to make that decision. And it's tough. It's tough, but to see someone have to walk away after losing insurance, and people have children that they have to take care of also. So with that being said, I'm not comfortable with the layoff. I feel we need to kind of look at it a little bit stronger, sit down with our managers and let them lay it out for us and see where we at. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved.
All right. So y'all ain't right for clapping for people losing their jobs. That's it. Y'all really need Jesus for real. Okay, next on the agenda is mayor's report. Tomorrow's a big, big day. They do it all around the nation. It is National Night Out. Please come out. It starts at 6 p.m. I believe they got flyers. It will be at the rink. Again, if you want your kids to come and enjoy a good day in the village of Dolton, right here in your own backyard, we spend your own tax dollars. Please bring them out and they will have a blast. People that come out there to that rink, when I say unbelievable, they light up, they love it, and I love the fact that I'm able to bring families together. Whereas families sit in the house, don't have nothing to do, they actually are out there with their kids. I got this grandpa, I made a video for him, and it's him with his grandbaby. He actually on skates. It's so cool. But what I loved about it is that it was just the unity, the bonding moment for them too. And then they gave like a little testimony of what they loved about it, how it really helped them grow together with their relationship. So that was just awesome. So we got that going on. And then we also have other people like the kids. They're learning how to skate. They do skate lessons out there. It's been really, really hot lately, so you ain't seen them out there. If you just go past that, it is free. People can just skate. When we have events, we do allow people to utilize the skates and be out there on the floor. Come out. Our police department will be out there on the scene. Do a meet and greet with them. Learn your police officers. Know who they are. And if you have any issues or problems, please let them know tomorrow. They will be out there. Remember, they are people like us. We take out the vest. They are just people like us. So sometimes people be so hard on them. But just come and learn who is roaming your city or rolling through your city. I'll say that. Also, if you need a book bag, our book bag giveaway for back to school is this Saturday. If you need a book bag, school supplies, uniforms, you name it, pretty much y'all know that your super mayor got it. So please show up. You must live within Thornton Township. That means any one of the 17 cities that are governed. You can come here and get your free school supplies, bouncy houses. We got a ton of festivities for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I expect to see everyone. And then two news, y'all can come out too and actually see what we do. And then get testimonies for those that do love on Mayor Hilliard, so that you'll see a different side of the story than just a bunch of haters. I thank y'all for coming out this evening. We're going to start our next meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Alrighty, okay. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stanley Brown.
Aye.
Stanley Brown went to the bathroom. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
We do have enough to adjourn this meeting, or how do y'all want to do that? Tammy Brown? Okay.
All right.
Meeting adjourned at 9:25 p.m.
All right, so we're starting our real board meeting, the one that was posted before the Board of Trustees posted the meeting that you just saw prior to. Once again, everybody want to run government. That's what I keep telling you. So we're gonna go through a whole nother agenda. I would like to call to order the regular scheduled board meeting. The time is 9:26 now. Please call the roll. And today is Monday, August 5th,
Let me
2024.
close out one before I can start the other. Thank you.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Time is 9:26 p.m. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Holmes is absent, trustee Norwood.
Aye.
We have a quorum.
All right, we're gonna skip all the beginning steps and we're gonna go straight to under mayor's report. I do have
Mayor, I
one
did
there.
have one announcement I wanted to make, if that's okay.
You have another announcement?
Yeah, just one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because I have no clue how I missed this. We did discuss or mention recently that the board has started receiving financial information due to some of the the special investigation, former Mayor Lightfoot. We are pleased to announce that this Thursday, August 8th at 6:30, Dolton Park District, she will be giving her presentation of initial findings.
Oh.
So please all come out to get that. So many of the issues brought up today were kind of some of the snippets of what we got, and a lot of greater detail will be provided. So that's my announcement. Thank you.
I just have
Okay.
Saturday, it is August the 10th, Tea with the Trustees, 9:30 a.m., 14700 Evers. We're asking everyone to come out to Tea with the Trustees this coming Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Thank you.
All right, on mayor's report, we have an item for closed session and that was for termination of Keith Freeman. For the record, just so we crystal clear and no one don't misinterpret what I'm saying, Keith Freeman is fired from the village of Dolton. He no longer will work here in the village of Dolton. So I'm letting y'all know that. So when tomorrow comes, no one can be like, he's still working. No, he does not. So I'm just making it crystal clear for what it is that is about to happen once we get through this agenda. But before we get to that item, I have 3 department heads up here that just need to give their report so you can understand what they do here in the village of Dolton. I don't understand how they missed that, but to show you they got their own agenda and they should have made sure you understood what each person up here does as it relates to your tax dollars, because you pay them to manage and to govern the city and tell you, hey, we did this today, this how much money we brought in, but no one wanted to know. So we'll start with, you want to start first? Okay, we'll start with police department. Chief Lacy.
All right, so the police department, thank you, Madam Mayor, responded to 2,570 calls of service. Outside of that, they wrote 717 parking citations, 138 state tickets, red light tickets for 467. We had 7 felony arrests and misdemeanors of 38. I am pleased to say, with the staff that I am working with, the Dolton Police Department is outstanding. However, but I am pleased to say that the numbers since our last meeting have went down as far as major crimes. Our homicides are down, our forcible felonies are down, our burglaries, our motor thefts, all of that are down due to the fact of the officers that are out there on the street doing their job and working with less than the manpower that we should have. Right now, we're in the process of putting some more units out there, which I will probably bring that to the next board meeting. But at this point, I want to thank the Dolton Police Department, those officers that get out there and risk their life every day for people who they don't know. And if anybody knows, police officers are great. We do a thankless job, but that's okay. Because they get out there, they put their badge on in the morning, not knowing whether they're going to come home the next day or in that morning, or if they work a double shift. But my point being is that regardless as to what was brought up tonight, we have an outstanding, and I do mean outstanding, police department. And for anybody to question that or to even try to lay off any officers, then that's a shame. Now, you don't have to believe me. You can FOIA like everything else. But the bottom line to those things, for those who are police officers, who have been police officers, they know what we go through. So I just want to thank the Dolton police officers for doing the job that they do. Madam Mayor, I could say a lot more, but right now our K9 unit is doing well. We have a trucking unit out there now, traffic enforcement. All these units are units that were put in place, and we have a drone unit. And all these units were put in place to service the citizens of Dolton. So at this time, I want to say thank you, Madam Mayor, and I'm just going to go ahead and end my report from there.
Y'all make some noise for the police department. Good job, y'all. We appreciate all y'all. Thank you. All right, next we have Public Works, Stacy.
Uncle Lowdown, you gonna start rapping? Gonna bust a freestyle for us?
Thank you, Mayor Henry. Good evening, residents. The productivity report for July 2024, Public Works completed 6 B-box repairs, 3 water mains were repaired, 1 emergency shutoff, 6 sewers cleaned, 20 locations for potholes were filled, 2 vacant properties were cleaned, 36 vacant cuts, 36 vacant properties were cut, and within 3 days of our July 15th storm, we had the neighborhood about 90% cleaned up from our storm. We were hit by a microburst. It seems like we get hit by all the natural disasters. But I'd like to give a special warm shout out to the Public Works Department, men and women who came out during the storm and helped clear debris from the streets and off of houses. We worked day in and day out for that storm. I think it was right after a flood a few weeks before that. So any additional staffing or labor that we have in the Public Works Department is needed. I understand financial things, but I'm not into that. I'm into services. And it takes bodies to keep this neighborhood clean. There's 5 zones within this neighborhood. So it's like 5 different communities within one. And for 25 on hand, maybe 30 at any given time to keep up, it can be a struggle because the same person that fixes the water main is the same person that fixes the light, the same person that cuts the tree, the same person that cleans the sewer. These are all the same people. So this is not a very large department, but it's a very large village, and it takes a lot to service it. I do wish in the near future we can increase the number. Instead of going down, I would prefer it to go up as we were building when we first came in. I believe there was like 12 employees or 13 when we first came in, and it just was not enough to service this community. The employees are being worked time and a half or over. We go from water main breaks to natural disasters to back to water main breaks and then another natural disaster, and it just never stops. And these are the same people who come out to do this, and these people are away from their families. I'm away from mine as well, but we do what we have to do to serve this community. One thing I can say with this administration, the service that has been brought to this community hasn't been seen in years. The lots that are being cleaned, the vacant houses that are being tended to, the grass that's being cut. We strive every day to outdo our predecessors, of course, but it's a constant battle, and I want you to know that we are here to work for the people. We take pride in what we do. A lot of people don't really understand what Public Works is up against, but it's like having a giant house and you're responsible for the house. So when you're serving 25 to 30,000 residents at any given time, someone's not going to be happy. But for the most part, we have turned a lot of frowns into smiley faces with the service that we are providing. And it hasn't been seen anywhere else. I'm the youngest superintendent in the Southland, so I make sure I stand on that because I have a legacy to leave here whenever that time may come. You're going to remember me in this public works department, because before I came here, some services weren't even happening. People will call, they say they don't get through now, or no emails. It's 3 phones, 3 clerks. We comb it as best as we can. We call people back. We do a lot of follow-ups, but we are working hard. I worked here previously. I'm not just a person who just came out of nowhere. I worked with the previous administration under the last superintendent and the last mayor, and I can guarantee you the services have increased and improved on all levels, despite what naysayers may say on the internet or some people in person. They're not here every day to see what we are going through. They're not here every day to make sure that services continue. Most people are asleep. They have no idea we're here 2, 3, 4 in the morning just to make sure you have the services you deserve when you wake up. It's a constant battle to keep going. Things break. Sometimes vendors get paid, sometimes they don't. We still go for what we know. So please, if you can, keep the public works in your prayers. Call us. I know some residents call, bring cards over, stuff like that. But please remember the work that we have done, because I can guarantee you after this, it's going to be hard for somebody to live up to this legacy that has been set. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Much, and thank you for all you do, you and your guys. I appreciate you. Next, we have Juanita, Water Department.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I had a report, but I need to go back and detail it, so it will be available at the next board meeting. I had put all the departments together as far as the revenue that came in, so I will have it available, Mayor and Board, at the next meeting.
All right, next we have Will, Housing.
Good afternoon, good evening, Mayor, trustees, and to our board that works so tirelessly. I would like to give my report for both departments, housing, as well as for building and permits. And I'll give you that at a high level. I'll start with a housing report for the month of July. We had a grand total of $45,505.50. We had 28 as-is cell inspections at $6,480. 21 escrow checks deposited at $15,500. 20 housing tickets that total $8,975. 1 vacant property registration from HERA, that was $7,350. And for our permits and building department, we had a grand total for the month of July at $52,512.63. We had 68 building permits at $38,634.07. 26 contractor's license at $9,922.56. 12 plumbing permits at $2,756. For a combined total of those departments is $98,018.13. Mayor, if I could, I just want to just share, my name was on that list, and I can say as department heads, and you can celebrate that, because my God shall supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. And I know that there's a lot of people here that go to church that have not gone to God. Let me admonish you. Let me admonish this board. Okay, these leaders that's in leadership positions but are not true leaders at heart. Okay? And so I admonish you that you're going to be snared by the words of your mouth, because the Bible tells me to touch not my anointed and do his prophets no harm. Well, we'll leave that to God. Leave that to God. And I admonish you, for those who do have a Bible, go ahead and read Esther, the 3rd chapter, and see how they try to set up Mordecai, and Haman had to be held by those same gallows. Okay? And so to our residents, and I can just say to my residents, Mayor, under your leadership, when I actually worked in the water department, previous administrations did not have policies and procedures. They did not have the policies and procedures for each and every department that I worked in, including housing. Now, I just want to make it clear. That while you're making decisions, not one trustee came to my department, either department, and asked me, what do I need? They never asked me, well, how much do you make? What do you need to make this department run? Do you know that we don't even have enough ink to print out permits? That we have to go to other departments. Quiet, please. I think it's important that you hear this. I think it's important. Not one trustee came and said, do you have enough employees? We're running it on a skeleton crew. And I can say to my team, we run that department with customer service. When you come here, our residents that come here for business are satisfied with those services. Okay? So I'm not concerned about money, because when you're a true leader, you're concerned about legacy and destiny. There's more to life than money. It's about impacting and changing people's lives. So under your leadership, we have changed these departments. Okay? There were job descriptions written for directors, managers, supervisors, and all of the clerks in both departments. It wasn't here under the police administration, but under her leadership. Okay? Why? That gives you vision. Let's hold on a minute, ma'am. Just hold on a minute, ma'am. I'm talking to the residents, ma'am. I'm talking to the residents, ma'am. Quiet, please. I'm talking to the residents whose lives we are impacting for the positive. See, there's two things a leader is going to do. They're going to either infect someone's life or affect someone's life for something positive. We talked about money that we did not have. Jason House sat here for 8 years. These other trustees sat here for 2 years, sometimes 3. I did not hear one trustee come up with an ordinance or any programs to bring in revenue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're talking about my department.
Yeah.
Okay, at what point will we, as a people who say we're people of God, will come together and come with vision? We hear a lot of excuses, but no adjustments. Tell the people how many ordinances you've written as a trustee, Jason, since you've been sitting there. I can ask Brittany.
Tell him how many trips he done went on with a credit card.
Okay. All right, calm down. Okay. Calm down. Okay. Okay. If you read your collective bargaining agreement, you know that's in the mayor's collective bargaining agreement. If you read your collective bargaining agreement.
You are a part-time.
Okay.
Let them tell it you're a part-time.
Trustee, you are out of order. We have the floor. It's his speech.
Well, I gave you an opportunity to say your piece. I think it's fair. And it's unfortunate. A lot of us are old, but we're not mature.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have this age, but we don't have maturity. Quiet. So I just want to make it clear, absolutely clear,
Ma'am.
if I did not get another dime from this village because I believe in the vision of this leader, I would come here and volunteer.
No.
Yep.
I would come here and volunteer. Because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Okay, part-time hecklers, let me tell you why. Part-time hecklers, let me tell you why.
Trustee, please stop.
Let me tell you why. Because there are residents that call that phone every single day. Okay, I'm here 7:30 in the morning till whatever time it is it takes to get the job done.
That's right.
That's what a true leader does.
It's true.
That's what a true leader does. So because of the residents that deserve this type of service, I will be here. Because it's more to life than just money. It's more to life than just money. It's changing people's lives. And that's what we're doing. And so I'll say this. The money that you say that we don't have, how is it that you paid a attorney this money that you say we don't have?
Bingo.
Because they vote on it. So where do you get the money from?
Like everybody else, like you waiting on that.
Okay.
Trustee, you so out of order. You do stuff for clickbait. Stop. He has the floor. Be
This don't make no sense that you sit here letting him do that.
Then y'all
You sit here and let him do that.
Let me do it.
Y'all out of order, trustee. It don't make no sense that you're talking. He has the floor. Y'all have the floor. Y'all say whatever y'all wanted. He has the floor. Go ahead. Will.
Let me finish with this.
This don't make
I forgive you because you know not what you do. But let me tell you, and I admonish you, that God shall not be mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. and we'll let it stay with that. So I will be here tomorrow to continue to service these people because there's nobody here that can stop me from doing that service. So thank you. God bless you. Continue. God has placed you there. And if God be for you, he's more than the whole world against us. So thank you. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Will. Thank you.
Madam Mayor,
That's a good one. Thank you,
Madam-
Will. That's good.
Madam Mayor,
Thank you.
I apologize. May I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, I need everybody to calm down first. What I'm about to say is with a heavy heart, okay, one more, you're gonna get escorted out, okay? All right. However, with a heavy heart, I want to announce that one of my commanders lost his wife, Commander Price. So I want you to keep him in your prayers because regardless as to what this may be going on, everybody still has a life. So when you do what you do for whatever reason you do it, just keep in mind there are people out there that are hurting for real reasons. So if you can keep them in your prayers, I appreciate it. Also for tomorrow, you have the National Night Out. Please come out. Please come out and support the community because we will be out there.
Okay, you done? Thank you so much. Next on the agenda, we're going straight to Keith Freeman. So, Board of Trustees, what do you want to do?
I have a question because you said he's terminated. So why are we?
Oh, wait, hold on. 'Cause y'all always say, because y'all always say that I don't come to y'all. Hold on. We're going to play a little silly game right now. So I put it on the agenda because, hold on, because he got terminated already. But everybody inserted themselves in the business of the mayor, right? So everybody inserted themselves. They send letters out. They let him do all this little finicky stuff, send emails out to the staff, all kinds of stuff. He knows this. They all know that because they wrote their names on it. So they kept saying, you got to bring it to the board. You got to put it on the agenda. So what I do, it's on the agenda. So that's why I asked that. So why would you ask that redundant question of talking about why I'm asking y'all? You guys asked me to put it on the agenda. It is on the agenda because we wanted your input, your opinion, right? So it's on the agenda for your input and your opinion because you kept saying that you guys have to vote on it. Is that not what y'all kept saying? Y'all say y'all got to vote on it. So here we are. So, Board of Trustees, is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? Dun, dun, dun. There y'all go. What we doing? Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? What we doing? Y'all gotta huddle up. Y'all gotta huddle up real quick. We're gonna take a 3 seconds. Hey, what we doing?
You want to discuss?
What y'all want to do? Y'all had to talk about it and get it together yet? Y'all doing signals across the room. What we doing? Y'all motioning it up. What we doing? Y'all quiet. Y'all quiet as a church mouse, as I say. What's going on right now? This the person y'all can't stand. Y'all don't like. This what y'all say. This what y'all say about the person. Y'all say he's never at work. He'll do his job. Is this what y'all say? So what we doing, guys? The motion is on the floor. What y'all gonna do? The motion is seconded. What we doing? What we doing, guys? No? Nothing? Crickets? Crickets. Nobody wants the motion and let go. But y'all, hold on. Look, let me just explain to residents that understand what I've been talking about. Listen to this. Prior to a whole, 5-10 minutes ago, they voted to lay off all these individuals, right? They voted on all these individuals. But the person that they all complain about is now up for a motion in a second to terminate. That's the person they claim. And if a person that they're talking about that they doing all these things make 100,000, what do you make? 100-something thousand, what do you make? Why y'all didn't start at the top? Why didn't you? You started with people like William Moore, people that make $15,000 a year, people that make $15 an hour. You started with employees like that. You started with the code enforcement department that really brings revenue to our village. So make it make sense, residents. Why is everybody on mute all of a sudden? I don't hear nothing. Board of Trustees. Y'all always got so much to say. What y'all got? Y'all motioning? Y'all motioning seconding? Nobody?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so basically, for those that ain't been watching the mess or I don't want to cuss, the show in Dolton, if y'all ain't been watching it, that show you that y'all must been working with him the entire time. So all y'all been exposed, huh? So everybody's been exposed. Cause here it is. Y'all watch the meetings, y'all see what goes on. I don't see nothing right now. Nobody said nothing. Y'all got nothing to say.
Imagination out this world.
So who been getting played the entire time? Looks like the mayor been getting played the entire time. That's what it looked like to me. Cause I can't believe they this quiet. Y'all always got something to say. Always.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, you adjourn the meeting. Wow. So your motion is now recognized, and we right here on this agenda item, and you know you're out of order. So basically,
It's a motion and a second on the floor.
It is not recognized if you understand the rules and how they work. So you want to get out of the jam? You that scared, huh? You that scared to talk about the firing? You guys said you didn't want the individual. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I already know what I can do. I'm talking about them because they said that I didn't put it on this agenda. And I'm gonna show you emails.
Who said that?
I'm gonna show you emails.
Who said it?
Hold on, trustee, because now you got something to say. Hold on, let me finish.
You said
So
they said who said it?
Basically,
said
I'm gonna
it?
show you everything that they talked about
Who said
till we
it?
got to this point. Now it's on the agenda. Now they quiet. They got
Who
nothing
said it?
to
Can you say who said put it on the
All I'm
agenda?
saying to you guys is we gotta get some understanding of what's going on. Stop letting people, as y'all say, hoodwink, bamboozle, led astray. Y'all let people do that to y'all, right?
Oh, we got another one.
Y'all
Hold
still
on.
ain't got nothing to say.
Who said
Y'all
put it
got
on the
something to
Bingo,
say?
agenda,
got
Mayor?
another
Do y'all
bingo
got something to say?
line.
I'm waiting.
Can you
Motion.
can you
How
ask
y'all
the
gonna
person?
motion? How y'all gonna motion? What y'all gonna do?
You said somebody said
How
put
you
it on
gonna
the
motion?
agenda. Who asked you to put it on the
I already
agenda?
asked you a question, so
I
you want to
asked
answer
you a
my stuff?
question.
You want to answer my stuff?
It's a motion
What
and a
you gonna
second
do?
on the
What
floor.
you gonna do? Y'all gonna motion to
It's a
release
motion and a
Freeman?
second on the floor.
Okay, so let me say this then. Because you guys are mute and they got nothing to say, as always, y'all been selling the residents a load of crap. I am using my authority, which I always had, but you guys intervene with it as always. Keith Freeman, I done said it and said it. I tried to do this before, but they intervened and said, hey, you got to come across the board. Y'all, the trustees. So by
Can you
doing that,
Brittany, did you ask her to put it on the R? I did. Did you
I
ask
think
her to
I'm
put it on
crystal
there?
clear. I think
Tell me,
everybody
did you?
got it.
No.
I think everybody understands what's going on.
Okay.
And by their silence, it tells you kind of what's going on in our village. So welcome to all the games and all the drama that you see put before this board. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's a new day. There's no
I
Freeman
need to
no
call
more.
the roll.
So I
I need to
appreciate you
call the
guys for
roll.
coming
Trustee
here
Belcher,
to do what's needed. And Clerk,
Trustee-
I just said that it was out of order, but that's what y'all do. Y'all just want to
Trustee
run
Tammy
the
Brown.
show. Everybody running. Nobody
Trustee
got nothing
House.
to say about Keith Freeman. Nobody.
meeting
Nobody.
at 9:52 p.m.
That's a shame. That's a shame. So I'm gonna remember this because at the end of the day, I told you, you guys don't run the day to day. The mayor does. So Keith Freeman, I know you watching. You no longer works for the village of Dolton. Please turn in your keys, turn in all your stuff. HR reach out to you tomorrow as relates to your fire.
I'm out house.
All right.
I don't know what to do, so I need to talk to you.
That was confusing. That was confusing. That was really confusing. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the second half of this meeting. Shall we? Shall we? That's a lot to absorb. So let's I'm gonna put this up here because that's what they were talking about. The personal matters. I guess we'll take down the bingo. Hey guys, seriously, I would love to do this again next meeting. Come up with some really good bingo phrases. I know I missed a lot. I missed too many to be honest. But I was rushing. I was rushing today. But let's talk about what happened right now. Where should I put this? Where should I put my face? Hold on a second, guys. Give me a second. There's a lot to absorb. We got to chat for a little bit before we end this. Hold on a second. That was a lot going on. So let's talk about this. This is what got Tiffany Haynes really upset and started to go back and forth with the trustees. So let's get into it. So we had the first meeting was the special board meeting. They started without Haynes because she was late about 20 minutes. Then there was some back and forth. They were actually starting the public comments. Then they started and they did the special board meeting. We talked about that already. Then they went to the closed session. This is what the matters were: personnel. Now, mind you, this session was supposed to be confidential, private. We were not supposed to know anything about it, right? That's why they went in the back room there. But then they decided to tell all of us what the meeting was about and what was said and was not said. So this is where we are right now. I got some notes here. So some of the highlights: the Lori Lightfoot report is going to be Thursday. I forgot the time. If you guys in the chat, you could put it in, let me know what time that report is going to be. I think she's going to be at the Park District. Lori Lightfoot is going to talk about her findings. She's been doing this for at least a couple of weeks at this point. I guess she finished and she got the information that we're all looking to have. And I'm really excited for that. But let's talk about some of the other things. So these are the personal matters: structured employee layoffs due to village financial condition and notice of administrative leave. Why they're doing this is because, again, just what the trustees are saying, Dolton is running out of money. They need to basically cut the fat. Corporations does this, obviously, but public administrations, everyone does this. When you don't have a lot of money, you have to start laying people off. Laying people off it's sad, but a reality. To keep the village afloat, you don't have that much resources to pass around. Clearly, because some of the mismanagement by Haynes in her administration. 6:30. Okay, so yeah, Lori Lightfoot will be reporting at 6:30 Central. I will be there. I think it's Thursday. I should be there. Hopefully, someone's live streaming it so we can see what findings that she will be presenting. That's probably why Haynes is getting a little nervous, getting a little upset there. But going back to some of the people that are going to be gone. So the public works supervisor. So drill rapper extraordinaire, I guess, what's he called? Unk Lowdown. He is gone. And that's why he had that long speech talking about legacy. I guess now he has to go back to the trap, the bando, as what they call it, and start making that, making a living. Listen, unfortunately for these people, you hitched the wagon to the wrong person. The Dolton is deep in debt. He even admitted he doesn't know the financial issues. Eventually, I think everyone will know the financial issues. And that's why they kind of pushed him out. Then you see the code enforcement officers, I guess there's 3. The part-time housing director, William Moore, he had a lot to say about his departure. Obviously, he wasn't too happy about that. Public works part-time general laborers, building permits clerk, and it said notice of administrative leave. They didn't talk about that. Deputy Police Chief Lacey didn't know they didn't talk about him. But at the same time, Tiffany said that this is not based on any financial adjustments. Lacey's not being fired. Sorry, Uncle O'Donnell's not being fired. Sorry, got that mixed up. But Tiffany Haynes saying that this is political retaliation. This is not about saving money. This is about basically this is about politics. This is about people that on her team, people who are loyal to her. And she's really big mad about that. So that's why she had her speech. And then when she started to speak, then the trustees kind of had to do their rebuttal. And then everything that they kind of talked about in that meeting came about. So again, they talked about this. Multiple employees, more employees that they need, more bunch of employees getting paid. Dolton doesn't have any money. And instead of Hainiard acknowledging some of the, and that's the one thing I've noticed throughout the entire meeting, she doesn't acknowledge that the village is in financial trouble. Not one, I don't think any instance that I could think of. Let me know, you could, in the comments, let me know if you picked up on it. She has never admitted that Dolton is in debt. She doesn't even mention if Dolton is doing great financially. The only time she ever talks about how, financial matters is of the township, where she likes to say, I came here with a deficit, now we're in a surplus. She says that very often. That's one of her lines. But when it comes to Dolton, she never explains or never even acknowledges that, yeah, maybe we are in some financial trouble. She kind of just moves on to, well, you're just doing this to attack me, attack the administration. You don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. So that's where, when multiple people are saying this issues with the finances, and she doesn't have a great response to it, that's where it is. And then when she mentioned the idea about firing for retaliation, personal issues, there's many people, some that I interview on this channel, that got fired from Tiffany Hainiard. Not just in Dolton, where she fired, I guess, the deputy clerk, but in the township where she fired people. I think the HR, I forgot her name. Sandra. Damn, what's her last name? My mind is racing right now. But Sandra Tracy, firing people based on, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to let you go. So now she's playing the victim, as Hainiard likes to do. Well, you guys are you're not following the procedures. Hainiard doesn't follow a lot of procedures. A lot of things that have been happening without the trustees' stamp and approval. Again, there's checks and balances. The trustees are a legislative branch, right? The mayor is the executive branch. She has done a lot of things on her own, but now, as it seems like the tables have turned a bit, she is not too thrilled about that. She has to throw out everything. And what I think would happen at the end with the Keith Freeman situation, she is trying to make things as muddy as possible. Clearly, there's things going on in the scene, behind the scenes, that could include a lot of different entities that, at this point, she wants to be put out. She wants that out there because she's trying to, again, save her image, save whatever support that she has. But clearly, there's more to this story. I think that the Lori Lightfoot investigation that she'll be talking to all of us on Thursday will open up or at least answer some of these questions that Hainiard doesn't want to answer on why all of a sudden, Keith Freeman, being her number one guy that intercepted a lot of her nonsense, supported her through and through for years. All of a sudden, he's the most terrible person around. And if he was that terrible, why did she keep him around for so long? And now she wants to basically throw I don't say kick the can down the road, but now she wants to put it in the position of the trustees to handle it, when she said it herself multiple times, at least twice, he's been fired. So if you already fired him, then why are you bringing up this as for discussion if you already fired? It's confusing. It's confusing. And clearly, there's things happening where Tiffany Hainiard knows that some of the things that she has done wrong is going to probably be exposed. And this was her last ditch effort. Okay, she had that there. She wanted the trustees to say something, to talk more about the situation, when again, she already fired him, knowing that in a couple of days, and obviously whenever the FBI finishes what they're doing, we're going to know everything about what exactly is happening in this situation. So to me, this felt like a very short-sighted. Like, okay, if you know what's going on, then you tell us what's happening. Hainiard, of Why all of a sudden you had such loyalty to Keith Freeman and all of a sudden you don't, and now you're ready to fire him again? You already fired him, but you want the trustees to talk about it. Very, very confusing, especially to the people who are watching and the people who are in the meeting. No one knows what the hell is going on. And the problem is, I think eventually everyone will know what's going on as more of the stuff that's behind the scenes is going to come to light. And it's coming faster than ever before. William Moore truly just crashed out there. Obviously, he's staying loyal to Tiffany through and through. I believe his wife works as well for I think Dolton or the township. So his allegiance is going to continue to be with Hainiard again to the bitter end. But I think a lot of Hainiard's supporters, enablers, Hagoons, whatever you want to call it, they are getting pushed out. Her number 2 guy is doing what I think everyone thinks he's probably doing, trying to save his own rear end. And Hainiard is nervous. She doesn't have much of that support anymore compared to the township. Now she got Keith Price in there being with, Keith Price. She really want to make sure that this situation doesn't affect her township and that goal, because I think obviously that's a more lucrative position. It's a more powerful position, I guess, in terms at least of the kind of money she's making. Even though, she's taking the salary of someone that was there for decades when she only been there for a few years. But that's another discussion, because we're talking about Dolton right now. But Prince Majestic with a comment, and Keith Freeman did all that caping for her all those years. No loyalty at all in her circle. But that's a problem when crime is involved, and these unethical behaviors. But when a crime is involved with the people around you, with what they say, there's no honor among thieves. When someone gets in trouble and the authorities start asking questions, people are going to start pointing fingers. And now she's trying to clean up all this mess. The trustees are trying to save the village financially, and they're going to have to find ways to cut some of the fat out of the budget there. I mean, the trustees are straight up saying, listen, we need to do this, or we don't, at this point, won't have a village. And Hainiard doesn't seem to want to come to terms with that. I'm going to be doing a recap of this meeting. Hopefully it'll be out tomorrow. The lawyers, the defense lawyers that were there, I received some information on it, but what I want to do is do some more research, at least digging. I'll present to you guys who those lawyers are, and there's connections, as you see some of my videos about the connections between, the Attorney General Kwame Raoul and the Speaker of the House Chris Welsh, Michael Delgado. It's more connections, but I want to spend some time looking through that before. But it will probably be in this this next video that I'll have for tomorrow. But yeah, crashing out is probably a really good term to use in this situation. If Hainiard has, again, she likes to say many things. You need to bring the receipts on what exactly are you talking about. You're not talking about the financial problems. Okay, so let everyone know that there is no how you can show that. You can demonstrate it instead of just talking it. Explain why is the Village of Dolton paying so much money on high interest loans for those vehicles? Why are they paying Michael Delgado for all these attorney fees? Like, there's so many issues of the mismanagement of funds that she is not answering. And she doesn't do any interviews. I realize that too. The last interview she did, and I understand why she stopped doing it, it didn't turn out very well for her. She didn't look all that great, didn't answer some things. And it's interesting now, she said, I do the day-to-day. When during the deposition, I'm sure you guys, hopefully you guys seen that video, she said she said she did not do the day-to-day. So I'm not exactly, I'm a bit confused on that, right? But, is there an end of the day square? I gotta redo that square. Please email me with some. I've missed so many one-liners that she does repeat over and over again. I kind of messed that out, but I think more is going to come out here. And the funny thing is, I missed this too. I don't know if you guys checked this out during the meeting. They're laughing with Tiffany Hayard as people are getting kicked out. I'm not sure that if I get the time on when they did that. When let me see. I'm trying to figure out when that happened. I'm probably not going to be able to catch it. As you know, they're dealing with all these problems, all these issues, and they're laughing with Hayard as people are getting kicked out, or that she's trying to kick people out of the meeting. But I'm probably not going to catch it, and it's a long video. I have to go through it, so that's why I got to spend the rest of the day tomorrow kind of going through this, and I'll have more information in a shorter video. So you guys, you know, if you guys didn't have a chance to watch, I don't know how long this video has been, is over 3 hours. So I have more of a compact version of what is going on. But there's a lot going. It's a lot of issues, obviously. We're looking forward to the Thursday meeting. Yeah, and there's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Nate the lawyer with the 999 super chat. Appreciate you. Freeman likely flipped. She's trying to distance herself. That's why they indicted him so fast. Yeah, it's very, very likely that she is scared to death of what Keith Freeman is saying. What is he doing? And the results of this is going to come out very, very quickly. So there's so much to go through. I might have to rewatch this. But William Moore's, final speech there, kind of embarrassing. But of course, I mean, Hayard has been taking care of him for so long. He's willing to work for free. And then it's funny, as soon as he said that, people said no. They don't even want you to be there working for free. So we got a lot more to get into. I'm gonna go get something to eat. We're gonna try to figure out some of the stuff I probably missed. Appreciate you guys for coming through. We're gonna have a much more improved bingo. Hopefully, I'll start on time. I didn't know they was gonna start as early as they did. Kind of jumped into my stream crash, but I appreciate strong showing. Good amount of you guys coming in for support. Appreciate that. Hit the like, obviously. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But be on the lookout for tomorrow. We'll have a more detailed video, exactly some of the back and forths and some of the information I will be picking up later on in the day. But thank you very much for coming through, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.